Yo, 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 what's going on? This is Afi Kingdom. Today we're going to be talking about mastering the game before you travel abroad. Interesting topic, and we also going to speak about um, the type of woman you cannot trust. My man said the cheat code. We're going to unpack it. So make sure you like the video coming in. I'm going to play a nice song for you guys to get the energy going. Put some fire signs in the chat, and then let's do it. So let me get y'all some tunes. Y'all got the wrestling background. I just was probably just doing something on the wrestling channel. But we'll just leave that up there. Let's see.
Something that bothers me, man. What bothers you, man? Well, if you listen, I'm gonna tell you, right? Now, I just can't get it in my head how a bitch can walk the street every night. I mean, even in the rain, and take a chance on maybe getting robbed or sent to jail. Or maybe even getting her arm broke by some sadistic fool out the suburbs, right? And then she gets all that money and then she takes it and gives it to some dude. I mean, I just can't figure that shit out. Game strong, roast the mentals. Why are you talking about me? I'm talking about the other cat.
Y'all check in. Make sure y'all like the video, guys. We're going to get into some real good game today. I got a feeling. I just got a feeling. I don't know why. I just got a feeling. This is a special afternoon show. Let me get this intro going. All right, y'all. We're going to do a check-in after this epic intro. You got to get epic first. You got to set the tone for the show. Press the fire sign if y'all want to set the tone for the show. Because that's what we got to do. Put a fire sign if you want to set the tone for the show. We got to set the tone for the show with some epic music. We have to. We have to start the show with epic music, guys. It's only right. It's only right we do it. It's only right, guys. We got the real ones hopping in there. Now, fellas, it's just for play. What's up? What's up? Welcome. We gonna chop some good game. What's going on, brother? Can you hear me?
You hear me?
Yep, yep. You all good?
Going on, brother. Yes, it's a lot,
Uh,
lot of parts, but we working it out.
It's all good. Let me do a quick shout out.
Yeah, yeah,
Mike and shout out to Alpha Villains, Misha, Christian Soto, Sir Ism. We are
yes,
cyborgs. We are cyborgs, Sir Ism.
yeah. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Let me take my glasses off.
Yeah, so
I
yeah,
don't care. I don't care about none of that, bro. Ash. I don't care about SBI or none of that, bro. What I want to do, bro. I don't care. Yeah,
let me know if that volume is good. That volume is good.
yeah, you good, bro. You good.
Salute to you, man. This is a beautiful setup you got here. I'm definitely impressed. Uh,
Thank you.
Salute to you
Uh-huh.
for the movement.
So I wanted to touch on.
Oh, hold on, lose it.
All right.
Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, so
I wanted to.
oh, man.
I wanted to touch on one of your talking points that I heard you in one of your stream in the. I'm gonna catch the second part of it. We're gonna do first, do last. And the first was first. And when I was on the stream, so we were on the panel together,
Right.
and and you were talking about how guys overseas, um, you know, they can do whatever over there, but they can't even make a phone call when they back at home. You feel what I'm saying?
So, that's a fact. Yeah,
If you
yeah.
guys show some love on the super chats, man, I'll open up a panel later on and give y'all some more games since I didn't do a show this morning. But if y'all don't donate, I ain't giving y'all motherfucking time.
I like that.
Yeah, yeah, man. So yeah, so talk about that, man. Like, because and I'm gonna just let you just go in. Like the
You
team
know,
go over there, and they
yeah, yeah. Salute, man. It's we had a lot of moving parts going on tonight, so I said, you know what? Let me make sure I give some undivided attention. I got to salute the brother, but I tell you that it's unfortunate that the men are just not being honest. They're not saying what is bothering them, why the situation is the way it is, how come they're not meeting the woman that they're meeting. So the frustration comes off as bitter.
mm-hmm.
So the alternative is going across the seas. Okay, cool. You go across the seas. We all know the prostitutes are cheap. It's very, very magnified. I mean, there's no prostitutes. There's no place in the world like Latin America when you're dealing with prostitution. Let's just be honest. For the level of woman that you're able to meet out there, inexpensive, extremely cheap, versus New York or versus the United States. I get it. I do get it. I understand you want to go out there and play, but my biggest problem is everybody I talk to lately. I'm like, listen, let's give a format on I'm coming to you. What city you from? I'm from this city. All right, how long you been living here? All my life. All right, so I'm coming to your city Friday night. Um, let's paint the town a little bit, man. The spot. I want a nice restaurant. You know, some nice restaurant. Oh yeah, yeah, no doubt. Okay. Now he don't even know where I'm going with it. So I'm like, yo, let's get this nice restaurant. I got you. You know, I'm gonna rent a car, but I need you to do something this simple. Okay, you know what? They tell me whatever. What you want to do, nigga? I got you in the food. Just get two ladies. You got a girl out there? Well, no, just one girl, and tell her girlfriend that you got a dude coming in out of town from New York, and we just want to have some dinner. What woman would turn that down? Like that's the easiest thing to do is get a woman to come out to eat. They can't even do that.
right.
They can't even do that. And my issue is, if that's the issue, now it goes on. Yo, I prefer Latinas. I prefer this, but I'm like, who prefers you? Because if you got all this stuff you said back at home, and then you got to go across the seas, which anybody can do, there's no game required to that. How come is it that you can't even have access to calling one woman? She ain't even got to be ultra dime. Just one woman and her girlfriend to sit down and have some female company Let's all chop it up and have some dinner. It's a very simple request. You know what I mean? So it's almost like, if that's the issue that they're having, just be honest and say, yo, Nate, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna cap. I don't have none of that. And maybe you need to tell me what to do on that sense. But us black brothers, unfortunately, they ain't gonna give you that credit to know that I need you or I need some game or whatever. And game don't need just girls. It's just a game of like, it's a simple process, bro. Who's gonna turn down a free meal? Like it's great when somebody could come into town and say, yo, Nate, I'm coming down. I got you. Yo, listen, we could go to any restaurant. Okay, any restaurant? Any restaurant, bro. I'm like, all right, cool. Can you bring some female company? That's not a problem. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I got to bring my wifey in and she bring her girlfriend. But either way, we going to be at the table and we going to be chilling, chopping it up. And that's what's missing here. So this is why it's like a thing where brothers just got to realize, like, where are we going with it? And you don't even have that. So if all this so-called game is across the seas, which I don't even know why this game over there, because only game you can play overseas is not spending a dime. That means walking into a brothel and not spending $1, which is impossible. So there's no game required there because you can't walk into a brothel, you're not spending no money. You can't go on Tinder and the girl's coming to your hotel room, you're not paying her no money. So that's there. Like, that's your little level of going out there. You're going through a dry spell. You want to have fun. You want to blaze shit without talking or running no game. But why is it that you're back home and you don't even have access to one woman and her girlfriend, one woman and her sister, one woman and her aunt? Like, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, quick shout out to Misha. Shout out to Nate and Afi for the super chat. And shout out to Alpha Villains for the $20 super chat. He said, let's get Afi to 25 subscribers by his birthday. We can do that. All y'all got to do is share the video, quit looking at the videos, saying it was fire, and then just going on to the next video. Start sharing these videos. When y'all be spamming me all this content to make videos about Afi. Review this one. Afi, what you think about this? This what I want y'all to start doing now. Instead of spamming me with y'all shit, and y'all want me to make videos about, start spamming yo people with my shit. Is that a deal?
Right.
So instead of that, when you get my link, and if you got 1,000 followers, and you should share that shit. That's what I want from you guys. From now on.
Yeah. Salute.
I'm about to do something, and one more super chat. We gonna have a super chat party.
Hold on.
It's all good. The Beach, what's up? Just unmute when you're ready. Viking says, thanks for telling me StreamYard lets you stream on YouTube with less than 1,000 subs. Now we need to get you out of YouTube timeout so you can rank up on the severe side. Yeah, bro. I don't know how to get out. I don't know how to get out of how do I get out of YouTube timeout, bro? How do I do that? Let me know how to get out of YouTube timeout, because they sure do. Man, my videos be yellow before I even drop them. I don't even be dropping the videos yet. They don't never give me no greens, bro. How do I get out of YouTube timeout? What do I gotta make videos about? Viking. I gotta make videos about video game tutorials for like 6-7 months, and then we can maybe get out of jail. I don't know. But I do know that as soon as I drop some shit, it's on yellow. They don't even give me a chance to get on green, baby. That's what I do know. So you know how to finesse it. I'm all ears. Let me know, and then we can go to the stratosphere for sure. You already know. The Beach, what's going on, baby? How you doing? With your naked self. We had a good chop up the other day. I appreciate your time, your effort in the game that you gave me, as well as just the positive energy that we express to each other. The Beach. Thank you, Unique, for the Cash App. I appreciate that. Unique is very generous, and that's how come he get blessed. That's how come he get blessed, because he's generous. I'm generous too. That's why I get blessed. You know why I get blessed? It's because I'm generous in life. I give a lot, not just YouTube, just period. Money, time, energy, lessons, Blessings, I give, 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 give. That's why I get. That's why I got get blessings. It's not because of luck. I'm telling you, cats, right now. If you start giving more, you'll start getting more. Quit being so damn cheap and shit with your pockets and whatever you think you got, bro. You start dishing some of that shit out, it's gonna come back to you. Promise. That's like a scarcity mindset, bro. Sometimes you just got to let it go and just know it's going to come back.
Yep.
That's about the game. That's about money. That's about super chat. That's about women. It's about everything, bro. You just got to let it go, man. You don't know what you feel me. Just like my dog down there. I don't know how much I trust him or he trusts me until I take him off his
Mhm.
leash. You see what I'm saying?
Right. That's a fact.
He can do whatever I want when I got him on a leash and I got his snacks right there, and that's why you see him off the leash. That's why you see him off the leash because it's trust. We built that. You got to understand, even just because we didn't got sidetracked, even with people, right? Just look at your dog. The way that you build a dog, you guys got pets, cats, dogs. The way that you build your rapport with your pet,
Mhm.
you can translate that over to women too, bro. Fuck with them, play with them, be loving, be caring, discipline them. That builds rapport. That's how you date too. You see what I'm saying? I see that's a life hack, bro. That's why I want money because this is life hack shit, bro. This is not no shit that you just type on how to get YouTube and some nigga gonna tell you in the video, bro. It's not. Let me go to this super chat again real quick. Thank you, Rob
No
Mash.
question.
My opinion, I would say master your outer and inner world, then travel abroad. I'm in the process of going on a 10-day meditation retreat. I suggest that you do that, Rob Mash. I suggest that you do that. Um, You know what I'm saying? One more, we're gonna have a super chat party. One more super chat, man. And let me see what Carlos says. Afi, what's going on? Nice hearing you at this game. Oh, it's a pleasure, bro. I'm gonna entertain your ears with this game. I'm gonna make them soft and stuff. So then when your girl, after you get off the stream, your girl gonna talk to you, it's gonna sound better because I done already made your ears soft with this fire game.
It's a fact. That's a fact. That's 100% fact.
That's what's up. Yeah, so I know you traveled a lot, which is dope too.
Hmm.
So give like paint a picture for cats who haven't traveled themselves. Say you want to go to whether is it Colombia.
Right.
What do you expect? Let's hear it from a player because they always hear it from cats that go over there and trick and that's it. I want
Right.
to hear from a player though. Like what would you expect? And guess what
Well,
else is gonna happen?
mhm.
I'm about to play my pimp music. So when this pimp music start playing the theme song, you might say the best shit you ever said in your life. I don't know what it is, but when I play this pimp music, you're gonna just put a fire sign if y'all ready for my pimp music. Y'all know what song that is. When I put this pimp music on, your game is just gonna be like, oh shit, I don't know where this is coming from. It's the pimp
Yes.
music.
Yes.
Go ahead, though. Tell them what to expect.
Well, you got to expect complete accessibility. It's knowing that there is no mode of working hard when there's nothing required. So if you go into Colombia, yes, you're going to feel what it feels like to be to be Drake. You're going to see what it feels like to be a porn star. You're going to see what it feels like to be a celebrity. Everything you dreamed of, that's what you're going to expect because there's nothing required other than showing up. Um, what they're not telling you is exactly that. It's just an easy accessibility. Um, know the common prices, and beyond that, know the game. Know that you don't exchange phone numbers. Know that you don't try to make this an everlasting relationship. Know that you don't send money. Know that that's the game because their goal is they're not trying to come to the United States no more. That's they. They're trying to stay there and just get sponsors. That's the new game now because there's too much paperwork required to come here to get 10, $15,000 for a visa when or whatever, rather than staying there in Colombia, saluting you, and you just throw them a couple dollars. So if you figure if you got five dudes paying a woman about a couple $100 a month, which is nothing to most men. They're like, oh, a couple $100 and I got this Latina. Right. So now you got to do the math on that and realize that she's getting a $10,000. I mean, $1,000 a month. That's an income. So she has a job to do and the game changes. Years ago, when they were trying to get here, they're not trying to do that no more. Colombians now are jumping on a mission. They're getting their butts done. They're getting their titties done, and they know men are paying for the love. Black men especially. So there's no game required, and that's the difference. When versus here, there is game. So you got to keep that in mind that this is what to expect when you are going to Colombia, when you're going to Dominican Republic, when you're going to Panama, Costa Rica. Those two took a dump. It's like the stock market. It's like what's hot, what's not. Colombia's popping right now for that reason. But it's the prostitution haven. That's all it is. And it's a prostitution haven because it's inexpensive, it's effective, um, and the women are doing what they got to do because that's what they do out there. Um, of course, that desensitizes you when you come back to the States because it's going to make you weak. It's going to make you a lot different because you're going to look at these women and actually have an attitude because you're like, I don't get it. Like this particular woman sitting here in front of me in Colombia, she would have been reachable, and then here she's not because it requires you speaking to them. Hello, how you doing? And creating a conversation, talking about COVID, talking about the vaccine, anything. Just talk about the day. Shit is crazy. Some new shit, kicking it. They're not teaching you that because when you're in Colombia, you don't speak their language, and in most of the cases, they don't speak yours. So, you know what I mean? It's already an issue because now you have no communications. The communication is your dollar bill. And you got to realize that you got to respect the jigs. It's like anything here. Like I respect the game. That's what their game is. But we don't want to turn it into the women treat us better over there than they do. It's like, no, I mean, women in America tend to cook less because men spoil them. Women tend to cook less because they were spoiled in an environment they don't know. You're not telling them to cook. You're not making them cook. You're not letting them know what it is because you're so happy even getting to it. So, they get spoiled. And that's a lot of our fault. We lead the way, boss up, and teach her how to do whatever. You quick to go to another country and try to teach her how to speak English, or she tries to speak you how to speak Spanish. So you got to teach her this mentality there. Listen, you know what I mean? Like, yes, in America, money's flying all over the place, but you know what? I don't want to go out tonight. I want a meal cooked, and you can't be mad at her because nobody ever told that. Niggas like, man, we ain't trying to cook here. I'm hungry now. We're gonna go out. So it has nothing to do with the fact that you didn't stay and do what you had to do. It has a lot to do with you need to stay on top of your game. It's a good playground, and that's just about it. You can't take none of them women seriously. And if you don't believe it, just move out here and see. So the test of time is just understand to separate a prostitutional haven. If you walk into a whorehouse in Jersey, which most men don't know where a whorehouse is these days in the United States, and you go in there and do what you do, that's that world. You go in there and do what you do, you go home and clean your shit up. But you can't go to another country and not realize that this applies the same way. It's a hustle, and a hustle is a hustle. We don't understand why drug dealers sell drugs and kill people, right? And why you selling some shit that's bad for you, but it's a hustle. That's what it is, and it's a worldwide hustle. And prostitution is the female hustle of a dude selling drugs. That's.
I got a question for you. My question for you is, what would be three things that you would tell these cats who want to go over there that don't want to trick? How would they meet women without? How can they meet women with just keeping their hands in their pocket? Like just some three fire tips, just some step by step, because they be needing the cliff notes and shit around here sometimes.
Okay, great question. The three top things. Number one, you can't dress like an American, meaning like you can't go out there in American gear. Keep it simple. If the weather's hot, you know that you're just going to be walking around and blending in earthy colors, t-shirts, a little dad hat. If you don't like the shape of your head, or if you like the shape of your head, you got you some little shorts and some little flip flops, and keep it simple. Obviously, you don't want to have no thing on a resort with anything that's on your wrist. That's number one. If you don't know Spanish, try more or less dating tourists. Like, look more into the tourist people that's on a mission or in Colombia, because a lot of times you can meet a European that's in Colombia doing what you do, but not necessarily doing what you do. She's a female, so she ain't out there trying to pay for no dick or whatever. So you spark a conversation with somebody that is in link with Americans. If you happen to see a Colombian woman that works in an environment, ask her some questions. Don't try to get with her. Try to connect with females that are not necessarily of the prostitutional trade. Very, very important to do that. You know, whether she works in the airport, whether she works somewhere. That's the second. If you're going to deal with a working girl, take heed to know that how do you, which is the main question, you got to let a woman know at the end of the day, I'm a poor man. You know what I mean? That is the most essential thing to let a woman know. I am a poor man. And a lot of American men hate to say that, but you should never hate to say what you know. Like at the end of the day, you know you have money. So if you could tell a woman that you are a poor man, it's not going to matter. There's only two types of women in this world, not in the city, not in the States, in the world. Either she's about your money or she about your heart. You know what I mean? Either she's gonna be into you or she's not. If she's not into you, then she don't care about your money. If she's into you, she don't care about your money. If she's not into you, then she cares about your wallet. And that's the three main things that you can use. Now, these things can apply here as well, but most importantly, it's important when you're in these countries, try meeting people that you go on tourism things with. Get more involved into, instead of going into these brothels or non-brothels, but you can't bring the girls to the hotel, so you want to get an Airbnb. See what ends up happening right now. Now you got to go into prostitutional trick mode because now you got to hit these women up, get them over there, shoot a price, whatever. You're going to be spending money. To avoid that, try meeting the maitre d'. Try meeting, like I said, essential woman that's working on these tourism sites. People that you see literally in the country that's doing something more than just trying to catch an American trick. You know, I don't like to spend money when it comes to women when they just on some like, yo, let's just spend money on strangers. I'm a funny dude with that. You get my money, it's usually a woman that, I'm dealing with. So I'm real funny with a situation where a woman is, ask, could she have this, could she have that? And, you got to tell them no. You know what I mean? Can you help me with my mother? No, 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 nothing. No, I can't. Everything is no, 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 no. And she knows because if she sticks around after that, she got to try. It's cool, but she sticks around with that, then you're good. If she doesn't, then you know what it is. There's too many to choose from. So these are the main things you have to stick with. It's really all about learning how to say no. You're not trying to learn the language. You're just trying to meet somebody out there that could link you and connect with you. So yes, I am from another country. I'm not interested in meeting no one, but cool. I know one of the girls that work in the airport. You know what I mean? And that's going to be the one that's going to connect with you. And she's going to be with you and be around you without you spending no bread. She'll be buying you dinner. You're the American. You're the prize. You're the one coming off the plane. I'm the tourist in your country. I'm not going to be in your country spending money. You know what I mean? When women come here to America, especially when we meet them in the city, they coming from another country. They spend. We ain't trying to flex on a woman that walking around with $10,000 cameras. Like, that's just insane, crazy. So a lot of men are messing up the game because you're pulling out the wallet. You can't pull that wallet out at all. Got to cry broke. I don't have it. I'm a poor man. And, even if she gets where you coming from, she will get where you coming from. And she's going to respect that. But if she gets annoyed and starts talking in Spanish and gets out the room, then fuck her. Like, that's cool. There's plenty to choose from.
Bruh, are we on the same stream? I'm talking about y'all in the chat. Bruh, that's ultimate level bars, super chat. Y'all see, I'm telling you, cats, this is tested and approved. Why cats got to be arguing for the donations, bro? He just dropped some fire boss game, bro. You dropped so many bars right there that it's like 3 or 4 talking points that I want to elaborate on, and I don't even know which one I want to start with first. Let me see. The first thing I say is that was a life hack, what you said.
Thank you,
Sometimes
bro.
the most impactful shit you say are in short increments. Now, if you guys don't
Yes.
know what I'm referring to, it's the brother said women are only about 2 things:
Mm-hmm.
your money or your heart.
Yep.
That is life hack. But I gotta add one to it. Now,
Mm-hmm.
validation too.
Right.
Because the new
Of
ones,
course. That's
they
the new one.
that's because of social media.
Social
But
media
your money
validation.
and your heart and the validation.
That's a
Every
fact.
single time you meet
Yes.
a chick, You need to figure out which one of the three it is. And then after you figure that out, you'll know exactly what you need to do, where you
Mm-hmm.
need to go, and what you need to do with her. I'm going to tell you why. If she's going for your heart, that's one level of game. What's that tell you? That means that she wants romance. She wants commitment. She wants stability,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the heart is telling you. That's what the heart tells you. And then, boom, if she wants your validation, what does that mean? That means she wants your dates. She wants non sexual attention. She wants your
Yep.
phone calls, but she don't want
Mm-hmm.
to meet up with you. That's the
Mm-hmm.
validation lane.
Yes.
Then the money. What that mean? Hitting it off to your pockets,
Mm-hmm.
paying for dates, buying you for shit, buying you shit, excuse me. That tells you where you stand. Or the
Mm-hmm.
cold part with the game is when you know that you have a combination of all three. When she's about your
Mm-hmm. Your
keyword,
key.
not
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
validation, not some
Mm-hmm.
validation.
Yep.
Your your
Mm-hmm.
validation, your
Mm-hmm.
heart,
True story.
your money. If you don't got those three things as potential when your mate, then she
Yep.
ain't the one for you. I just
Mm-hmm.
saved you 1,000,000 times in 5 million dates. Let me say that again. If she ain't about those three things, whatever percentage it is, if you can't
Mm-hmm.
dip off in all three of those categories, she not the one for you.
No, it's a fact.
So, my man, if y'all got a question, get a super chat. Rob got a
Yeah.
question for you. He says, Nate, what other places have you gone besides Latin countries like Japan, Russia, Italy, Germany, etc.?
No, I mean, European wise, I got spoiled. Um, I haven't necessarily been to these European type of countries particularly yet. I am planning a big trip. Um, a lot of brothers and sisters off of YouTube are doing this big trip to the UK next year. All of my UK people I met here. All of the people that's Russian I met here. So all the people I met from Brazil is here. So unfortunately, I haven't been to these particular countries, but I learned a lot about their culture from the individuals that go back and forth, people that was raised there, their stories of all the things like that. So I am in a position of visiting these countries, but COVID has taken a huge impact on the movement, and we got to do what we got to do with the streaming. So we're trying the best. It's tough, but the reality is that my UK people, they make a lot of jokes, and they get their passports when they're born. They get their passports when they're born, literally. Like they get their passport at 3 years old. But Europeans, the closest I got to enjoying their culture outside of the U.S. have been in Latin America, have been in Caribbean countries, because they love our culture and they love Caribbean countries. So what people are not realizing, if you go to these other countries outside of Latin America, it requires a game where you can coincide with the United States. Like if you are into going to anywhere in the United Kingdom, once you see a woman are into you because you're just a black man, you have coarse hair, she likes the way maybe you may have a shape that's whatever you don't like, but she likes the fact that you're built a certain way. You're gonna get that appeal more in the UK from a white a white European woman or a black European woman, which is sensational. Um, what I've also learned is that American culture is intimidating, but it also prepares you to deal with the world. Where I live in New York City, yes, it's tough here, but if you can deal with them here, then you can take that same mentality and run the same situation and run the same game overseas. But you have to take heed. Like I was telling Abby, like no matter what goes on, you know, no matter what a woman runs to you, you got to remember there's just two types of elements that they're giving, and it goes on beyond. Latin America is desensitizing black men on a negative note because it's not allowing us to be and live at our full potential. It's a dollar bill game, and we're being portrayed out there as if it's a game because I love you, and it's like you ain't gotta love me. It's just as long as you ain't let me pound it every time I come over here. That's all that matters. So but yes, to answer your question, that's the reality. These particular countries, living in the United States and living in the city, knowing that the United Nations is literally a 20-minute ride from me. um New Yorkers are we're kind of overexposed to all the cultures around the world because we live here. Now, I always stress to people the best way to do is if you're going to travel, try meeting a woman that is from another country in America and go visit and travel around the world. If that happens to be an American woman, even better. But it's just as good if you can meet a Russian woman here and then go to her country. You don't want to go to Russia when Russia's here. It just, we live in the United States of America. So we have a privilege that other countries don't have. We have everything in this one country around. That's why the United States is the best country in this world to do this. So it's like, if you're going to go to China, you're not going to learn about China the way you would learn if you went with a woman that she's a first, third, second generation, whatever, from here, and you go visit her over there. So don't get caught up too much in the mode of traveling rather than learning what an excursion is. You want to travel with a group. And when I say a group, get with a travel group like these whites do. Not the level of going to traveling with a whole bunch of brothers that's trying to get some ass. You want to travel with people that, all right, now we're going to travel. Like my friend, she's from Cambodia. She went to Cambodia with around, no, not Cambodia. I forgot the name of the country. She's from Cambodia, but moved here when she was 7 years old. So she went with this travel group. I forgot the name of the country. Anyway, she went with the travel group with 30 people. It took them almost 4 days to walk up this mountain. I got to text her and ask them what the name of the country is. And which was amazing about that was that experiences Black brothers don't talk about. Like on YouTube, when we hear brothers travel, that shit got to do with women. But these people I talk to, when they travel is a whole different level of travel. I've never got invited from a woman to travel and had anything to me to go to her country to get some prostitutes, ever. It never, ever had nothing to do with that. So that's why I said it's important to meet the people here. I don't care if you know a brother from Antigua. If you can meet a brother from Antigua that lives here, you want to go to Antigua with the brother that lives here in America to Antigua. That experience is going to be 10 times more because now you're walking out there with your passbook. Like beyond your passport, you have your passbook. And that passbook is your man that's born and raised in the country. So that's the thing that we're spoiled to with coaches. That's why we have to defer the mode of knowing with traveling around the world for what? If you was in the army or you was in the reserves and you traveled, great. Then you still with a group, you with your comrades. But if you're in war or whatever you do, but whatever the situation, it's a whole different dynamic. But if you're just traveling for women, that's not traveling. It's called sex excursion. And it's like, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you're into, sex excursions are limited. But when you're traveling, it's a whole different dynamic, and you can meet the love of your life. And because you didn't even try, you happen to just meet a woman on the train in Europe, and next thing you know, y'all linked up, and she fell in love with you, and it had nothing to do with your dollar bill. So understand the mode of the travel. So that's why my brother said, "Nah, I travel, I did my thing," But most of mine, I haven't been to a European country, but I probably engaged more European people in the United States and in Caribbean countries than I ever did. Like, I'm good in Brazil. I'm good in the UK. I'm good in Russia. I'm good in Asia. I'm good in Cambodia. I'm great in Cambodia. So, these things are important because I know the essentials, and that's what it's about. It's essential. Now, it's essential for you to meet the people in your country so you can get the experience of knowing, and these people, you go with them to their home. Like, nobody could tell me about New York, right? But if a person just comes to New York as a tourist, they're just going to be tourists. But I'm like, I live here. So if they're going to come here, they're going to come to see me, right? If I'm going to go to South Carolina, I could go there and have no family. But the fact that I have family there, I know that I could go to Charleston, South Carolina, and I'm like, all right. And you know what? This girl here is from Charleston. I got family in Charleston. Her mother's from Charleston. She live in Brooklyn. We're gonna go to Charleston, and then we're gonna really do it up because now she's from there. I have a family there, and then it's just one big, huge, incredible party. So you got to use that mode when you're traveling around the world as well. It's important to get with groups and really understand it.
All right, real quick. I got a question for you. Before that, though, shout out to my man Nelly Nell, who he unlocked for the appreciate the donation. It's a super chat party. Super chat, super chat, super chat, super chat, super chat party. And if y'all got a question, y'all got to hit the super chat, bro, because we having a deep ass conversation, and I'm not about to interrupt it just to ask frivolous shit about whatever. So if it's important to y'all, you feel what I'm saying? He's dropping major gems. I'm dropping major gems. Hit the super chat. Show appreciation, bro. It's only right. This is the real game. Because I'm going to ask a question to my brother, and it's going to give y'all some fire boss game. This is we already summarized women in 3 things, bro. Just off of that. I'm gonna do a repeat. Just in case. Because I didn't see nobody respond to it in the chat. So I'm thinking maybe they must have had audio problems at the time when we were talking about that. I'm assuming they had audio problems. I know the Wi-Fi was fucked up and shit like that, or your baby mama, she called you over there, or your girl, she called you and said, you listen. I found out you listening to Red Pill content. You a simp, and you missed what we said. I'm going to say it again. The game. 3. I got to make a video on this. That it's so good. I got to make an upload on it to elaborate. 3 things, fellas. Either women are there for your heart, your money, or validation. I don't care what your situation is. Married, went on 2 dates, hit, she went ghost on you. It don't matter what it is. It all comes into that circumference right there. It's locked. It don't matter how you unpack a situation. It's going to connect to one of those 3 things, no matter how you flip it. Shout out to Alex. I see you, brother. So my question is for this, is this. Your first trip abroad, where did you go? Unpack the first day to me and talk about how it changed your mindset when you came back home. That's what I want to hear.
It's a great question. Believe it or not, my first trip was in Cancun, Mexico. And what's scary about that is that there was a time where Americans were going to these countries and we were celebrating life. Like, for example, like Cancun 98. Shout out to DMX, rest in peace in DMX. I remember we was going out to Cancun, Mexico for Memorial Day weekend. So it was a week celebration. Anybody that was in Cancun in 1998, they know and I know that was probably the most amazing experience of being in another country, but yet Americans having fun. Now, mind you, when we're doing things here in America, um, when we hear spring break, it's a white thing now. The culture has taken over, but that shit is like new. Like they weren't out in. It was a black event. There was like a huge black event from people from all over the United States. Brothers coming out there, we was doing our thing, and it was just amazing, incredible, classic performances. Some of the best things I've ever seen. But I do remember the unique thing of the first thing I got off the plane is seeing how your skin's getting darker within seconds. Like the sun is like so close to the ground that you actually see yourself changing color. I mean, when I say that this was the most amazing experience, because this is the first thing I seen the minute I got off the plane. Um, the sea culture outside of America, and this is the first time I actually jumped on a plane. A lot wasn't required then. You You had to have a passport, but you didn't have to have a passport because it's obviously before 9/11. Um, Definitely one of the most amazing times of my life because it showed me all these different cities and incredible cities around the United States, in addition to um, how we could live in a place that's so dangerous, but yet if you see uh, the mode of all these resorts and loving, and it was all about resorts then. You know, just before Airbnb, people was all about accommodations, and we was all doing big pool parties. Unfortunately, this is a thing of the past, which is so sad. And unfortunately, I mean, when I got back home, the great thing what I was feeling was a mode of wow, like there is a difference of going away and seeing coaches and seeing us as black people enjoying ourselves and having a great time without no violence. But yet we're in a country that we know that's a lot of poverty stricken situations are going on. The cartel was, but they also did say know your limits, like don't leave Cancun, don't get off the resort, you know, don't walk late at night. So getting back home, it was a push to look forward to next year. Unfortunately, the prostitutional culture got intense around, I would say, 2000. Once Snoop Dogg and Pharrell and them started showing the Brazilian woman and beautiful, it fucked the game up. And what was happening was that's where it changed. So I caught the very tail end of wanting to travel, and then we got into this whole prostitutional zone and kind of killed the mode of traveling and enjoying excursions and getting on horseback rides and meeting new people from different countries and different parts of the states. So that definitely pushed me by the time I got home to go back to '98 to have more fun in my state. So it actually inspired me to get involved into your states because it's still foreign. I mean, California is going to be foreign to somebody that never been there. Nevada's going to be foreign to somebody that been there. So I feel that inspiration pushed me when I went to Cancun, and that was my first place that I landed outside of the U.S. That was my first place.
That was a good story. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. I'm gonna tell you my first kind of out the country ish one and my first
Right.
trip period and just how it affected mindset wise, which is important for cats to understand. Like uh if you don't know, my channel was originally called Dominance Mindset and Raw Game. I changed it on accident and I just kept it. Because at the point in time it was all about, well, not at the point in time, it's still all about having a dominant mindset. But
Right.
when I put the podcast on the end, it was Dominance Mindset, Raw Game, Oppie Kingdom, long ass shit. And then when I had got enough subs to like do interviews and stuff, I just put the podcast on the end because I knew I was going to be focused more on having conversations rather than just making uploads about shit that I don't really give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So my first trip I got on the plane. For people who read Finesse Game, they know about this. So basically I was talking to a chick on MySpace and we were going back and forth for a while. I had never been on the plane before though. In LA is only like an hour flight, but the only trips I had been prior to this was like Hot August Nights, which is where it's like a car show where everybody get together, just bangy ass shit, you know.
Right.
And so, anyways, we were going back and forth, and she wanted to see me, and I was willing to see her, but I don't know, I just was funny about flying and shit, so I was kind of like beating around the bush as far as when I was gonna hook up with her, and I wasn't thinking for her to fly out to see me because I hadn't even been on a plane period. So that ain't wasn't my like first thought. I ain't even flew, so I'm not thinking about telling her to fly. So, anyways, what happened was she ended up flying me out. So when she flew me out, I had a good time on the plane and got drunk and hooked up with her. We went bowling. We went to a Rainforest Cafe and had sex and whatever. I think I was
Mhm.
about 20. Maybe I was about 20. So, anyways, what it taught me was that well, first off, it was an abundance mindset because I took that trip by myself. The first time I flew, I was flying by myself. So
Right.
it taught me to like just get out and do shit that when you have an idea, you just go out and do it. Because trying
Mhm.
to rally up your friends and all of that, that sometimes will equal you don't do the shit that you want to do. So it taught me that. And then the second thing it taught me, mindset wise, was women will pay you if they want you. Now, it wasn't the fact that she paid me a lot of money, but it's the fact that it kind of made me look at women flaking and shit like that as minimal shit, because I got this one over here that want to see me so bad. It's not that like she want to see me so bad and she gave me sex and it was good, but she want to see me so bad, but she's really willing to pay for my time. And once she paid for my time, then I start looking at all the other women. Well, like, okay, well,
Mm-hmm.
if this one want the D so bad and she willing to fly me out to come over there and serve her, then this one over here that's saying she want me to come over there and get out of my bed to have sex with her for free was kind of like, I don't know, bro. And I'm realistic. It's not that I've never done that before, but it just put the thought in my head like, is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? And it
Right.
just showed me that women can really appreciate you when they value your time. As far as out the country, I remember I went to Hawaii. That was like my first out abroad trip, whatever. I remember I had a good trip. I smashed a couple of chicks. I mean, but it wasn't the fact that I smashed some chicks. It's the fact of
Right.
how it came about that was kind of fly to me. Like I remember one of them was the shuttle driver. So this is, and the reason why I'm telling you guys this isn't to brag, is to because you guys only meet chicks when you go to the places where they at and shit. Like you don't feel like you can meet women on your day to day interactions. I can meet women at Target. Target is the number one spot. Like, y'all
I
just
love
not
Target.
getting. Y'all just not
I
getting
love
have to
Target.
hit the Target. I've been cleaning up at y'all been going to the clubs going like 2 for 10 and shit, and I go to Target and go 5 for 5.
Target's where it's at.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then Trader
Mm-hmm.
Joe's, that's a whole nother level, because you're gonna meet women who got money and like they do interesting shit. And then when you
Mm-hmm.
go on dates with them, it's gonna teach you the interesting shit.
Yep.
That's this is boss game. I hope y'all know. Y'all put a fire sign in the chat. Y'all too quiet. We over here really, really, really slapping y'all on the head over some shit. So it was the shuttle driver. So boom.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, by the time I got to the room, I already had something on deck. And like you
Right.
said, it wasn't no Tinder and shit like that to where I could do it like that. That wasn't even an
Right.
option. So before I look, the game fired because Tim been in here secret watching the whole time, and now he had to say something. See, that's how you know the game fired, when you get the cats that was secret watching
That's
to
a
say something.
fact.
Shout out to Tim. Yeah, so basically, when before I got to the room, I already had something lined up. So that was one.
Right.
And then I remember I met another chick, and it was some boss ass shit. I met one chick. We ended up doing some swinger shit. I made a video about that particular one, but this
Oh
other
shit.
one, yeah, man. She came out here, and we met up in San Francisco, and we did some freaky shit. And it was five white girls. That was the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Oh my
It was
God,
five
I
white
love
girls.
it.
Five white girls
Yeah.
versus me versus four, and then me one on one with the one who hooked it up.
Oh my
See, that's
God, I
why
love it.
that's why you dating coaches can't fuck with me, because y'all don't know these type of experiences.
Hell,
Y'all only know
they
y'all
didn't
only
have
know
them
these.
experiences.
Right. Y'all only know how to go to the club and get women drunk and come back home and sleep with them. Y'all know how to meet chicks in Hawaii, and don't
Yes.
and y'all know how to meet chicks in Hawaii. Don't sleep with them and then have them come to you at your town and bring four of her friends
Yes.
with her. You don't understand
Yes.
that type of shit, right?
Nope.
And that would be the highlight of the trip, and that wasn't. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that happened
Yes.
after. But it was another one where I met her. She stayed in a hotel that I lived that not
Right.
lived that I stayed
Right.
in, and
Right.
then so basically she had two grown kids with her, and so one of them maybe been 21, one of them might have been 17. So the
Right.
so the 21-year-old one was hating on me, bro. He was throwing major shit in my thing, because he already could tell I'm a player type dude. So he already knew
Right.
like, oh, this cat trying to get at my mama and shit.
Right.
I don't know about him. So how I flipped it is we went to uh what's the spot, the chain spot,
Yeah.
uh damn, it'll come to me. The chain spot. Damn, hold on, it's gonna fuck with me. Um,
Yeah. You know what that shit. You know that shit gonna pop right up in a
the
minute. Your
the
mind.
the Cheesecake Factory. We went to the
Yeah. Yeah.
Cheesecake
Yeah. Okay.
Factory.
That's my shit.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went to the Cheesecake Factory. So
Yeah.
boom. So I met her in the hotel in the lobby. Boom, boom, boom. We chop it up. Boom, 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 boom. Confirm some shit. 21-year-old cat coming in there hating. So I'm like, damn, man.
Right.
17-year-old cat on the team. He ain't tripping because he just like the shit that I'm saying. I'm funny. But the 21-year-old cat, he probably having sex at this time and shit. So he
Right.
getting his own shit. So he already
Right.
know what I'm up to. So I'm like, damn, man, I want to sleep with this girl. How
Right.
can I get this off? So what ended up happening was we ended up talking and shit. We started talking about the scooters and shit. So then I
Right.
rented her son a scooter. Boom. he was kind of funny style with that. Then after that, he rode around. So I sent him on his way, and he rode around on the scooter and shit. So then I got the mama, and then the woman who was, the mama, and then her 17-year-old son was on my team. So now he really pumping the shit right to her, and now I'm getting action with her one-on-one without the hater and shit. Right? Boom. See, this is master level gang. Y'all don't understand this shit, bro. This is master level finesse boss gang. Y'all just quiet and shit. Am I press one if I'm talking to somebody, man? Because I'm thinking y'all not hearing me, bro. Like this is advanced type shit, bro. This is finesse, swagger, charisma, leadership skills, getting taught to you all in one story. I'm telling you guys, you got to listen. So then, boom. So then she come back. He off the scooter. He happy and shit, still trying to act like he cool about it. Then we go to the Cheesecake Factory. Boom. Then I end up buying him his first drink. Boom, got him. That $20 got her. Got his mama. Yeah, man. So I got his mama for $20 plus the scooter ride and shit. Y'all niggas cut. Y'all talk to me now.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
I can't make that type of shit up, bro. How?
Hell no.
Creative, bro.
These are experiences that's limited, man.
Right. That's all that need to happen. I can't even help it that it was more shit on top of that. That was just one little thing. So boom. So this is my first interaction on the island and shit. And I was by myself. The highlight of the shit is
Dolo by itself. Come on.
The highlight of it was I met my first Brazilian girlfriend, right? So she was from Brazil. She came out here. She was in Hawaii by herself. So that wasn't. I did smash her, but that was literally like my girlfriend though. So and this is back in like 2008 or some shit. So this is way before the Brazil craze. I was doing this shit already. Right. Brazil got popular like 5 years ago. I figured out about from Brazil from Jake Steed Porno when he introduced the year 2000. That's how I figured it out.
Game then. They was teaching game in the porn movies.
Yep. So that's how I figured it out. So yeah, man. And she was my girlfriend for a little bit, and we used to talk on AU or AOL and shit, and Facebook and MySpace. That was our gig, bro. So and that was back in the day, and she was nice. You know what I'm saying? I had another Brazilian girlfriend, but that was the first one.
It was still exclusive back then because you still was able. See, now it's even harder now because people are putting so much into their mind to think that what's reachable is not reachable, but it actually is. And if you look at the facade of a woman that says, "I well, you know, are you on Instagram? Okay, share your Instagram if it's either dead, meaning zero posts, or your shit's official. Like if it don't if it gotta be, it's no in between because that's what she's gonna rate you on. If she know your shit is dead, then she like good. She's the type of guy he ain't into it, cool. Or your shit is lit, then it's gonna determine that. That's what the facade is, but it works. That's what it is. If you're not on social media, you're not on social media. Then a woman's not really challenged to believe in anything else. A lot of guys don't realize that women are lonely. Women are frustrated. Women are going through a lot of competition. They're trying to be like men. They're buying cars. They're trying to have all the shit to show off on, houses, condos, whatever, because they want to be appealing the way the man is trying to be appealing to a woman. So they got to go basic. Like a dude that say, y'all gonna give me a nice ride and then step my game up. I'm like, that don't mean nothing right now because women are doing that shit. Just get you a clean car. Like you ain't got to get nothing crazy because the type of money you got to spend to get something crazy ain't even worth it. So just get you something decent, keep it clean and simple, and just meet the woman that you just more or less and let her know, listen, you know what I'm saying? Your mode of not looking for games is just going to be exactly that. If guys could stop, I'm looking for a relationship, looking for something serious, don't tell her that. Just tell her you ain't trying to play no games. You know, you just about your business. That's a guy that could be serious or a guy that's in the game. But they want the challenge. They want a man to be masculine, strong, lead the way. You know, don't be the chump now because you know you hit the ass now, and next thing you know, she told me call me when you get home. Now you keep it on a schedule. You calling every night at this certain time, rather than you're busy, you moving around. Like I was on a conference call 5 o'clock in the morning, whatever it may be, because we was talking to people in London, whatever the situation may be, they want a challenge. And the more accessible a man is, they're going to abuse it. Whether she's a prostitute in Colombia, a prostitute in DR, or just use a local girl around the way. But if she's into you, then it's different. And how do you know she's into you? Because she's going to listen to whatever you tell her to do. You have to be in control. You have to be the man. If you can't listen to me, you don't be with me. And these are the simple regulations. Like, you did what? Well, I can take care of my own business. I'm grown. Okay, well, listen, take care. Have a good day. Like, you can't be in a relationship and she's the one implementing the rules. I mean, unless she's paying you to be with her, she's giving you a couple of racks a month. Don't lose the essence around the world on where we're at. I mean, traveling is a beautiful thing, but you travel with a travel group, and we're talking not the male group going to look for hookers, a traveling group, not a sex excursion, a travel group, or you travel with a male or female, no homo, a male or female that's able to show you their country. That's the only way you should do that first. Cancun was different when we went out there back then because it was a hip hop R&B event that they were doing every year, and this is where we all used to get together. We used to, there was thousands of people. I mean, I never met so many people from Texas in my life in another country. I never met so many people from LA or Wyoming. Like, I was meeting people from all over, and we were talking Mexican women because we wasn't about that. We didn't come out there for the league. We came out there for the event. So we lost that mode now. We had Tom Joyner doing the cruises that died. All
I've
these
been
guys
on
were
one.
doing things. You
I've
been
been
on
on
one
a
of
time.
those?
Yeah, bro.
See?
Should be.
And look at that. He retired from that. So unfortunately, COVID set that shit back even further. So now we lost all of these promoters that were doing all these events that we needed in our community. And black people don't even have a segue to go to. Like, women were going, like, like Costa Rica got destroyed because black women started going to the resorts. It was raining out there a lot. So that shit died, especially with that, going out there for that reason. But we were losing that. So now people have to I mean, this is not the time to suggest traveling anywhere right now. I'm not going to say that with COVID, but I will say, if you are really interested in traveling, um, meet a travel group here from the United States or meet a woman here from another country. And it's that easy. Whether you got to meet her, I don't suggest online, but if you meet her through a Facebook group, you can connect. You can make a Facebook group of trying to interact with people from different countries and do it that way. But don't just think you're just going to jump on a plane by yourself and you'll just be lost. Like, you're just going to be walking. Like, one of my boys went out to Colombia one time by himself, and it's so funny because even when he's trying to do a tourism, I'm like, you need a tourist guide. You can't just go out there and look online. You need somebody that's showing you excursions and laying these things out to you. And I think that's something that's missing. And it's just important. But you know, that's how it opened me up. So I started doing the Caribbean thing. Trinidad was amazing. I think my best experience just within the in the Caribbean islands, I must say, I think Barbados was the most incredible experience. If you can ever
Barbados.
get a chance to go to Barbados, there's no such thing as a private beach out there. So you can go from beach to beach. I don't care if that shit is in somebody's backyard. It is highly, highly for everybody. Um, I also believe that we are in a position to recreate now. We've had COVID come out. We had COVID do what it has to do, and we have to learn from this now. So I think that going to these Latin countries are played out now. Personally, I think we need to start getting more involved with the lonely situations here and kind of build a community or a pair for that matter, and then travel the world. That's how you would want to do it if you're going to travel. I think now these guys have ran this shit into the ground so much now. The nines and tens are not even in existence.
Mm.
They're not in existence anymore because back in the MySpace days they were, but now they all linked up. Dudes are flying all these women all over the country. A lot of these exclusive dudes with money got in on the game, so it's watered down right now. So I think we got to kind of like revamp and kind of take advantage of all these people staying home, having nothing to do, wanting to
Mm.
do something this summer. And like my man said, go to Target, man. You know what I'm saying? Go shopping out there and just take a walk through and see the amazing things and learn to approach a woman. Learn to be in that aisle and say, okay, what would Nate do? And sit here and look at the woman and what would you say? You know, I wouldn't say how you doing, how's your day going, but we can start off with anything. You know, how do you start? Jump out the window, get into it. Like, you know, depending on the situation, she could be sitting there minding her business, and it's hard for me to say this part because it's so easy for me, but yet it may be hard for me to explain it. But be confident of a conversation the way you would start with a male. You know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, let me ask you a question. You know, what do you think about? Because I got a lot of shit on my mind. Like, you'd be surprised that you could spark a conversation without it looking like a creep. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's whether she's white, whether she's foreign, whether she's black, whether she's foreign. She could be a black foreign, she could be a white foreign, but that's the part that men are having a problem doing. And these are the things you have to concentrate on. Because if you want to start doing new things and traveling and visiting new places, man, let me tell you something. If you got a female that lives in Pennsylvania and she can just tell you to come by for the weekend, my parents left me the ranch house, we got some horses. Like, that's an experience that most men can't identify with these days. That's just something that most men can't get to because they're not speaking up. You know, don't think that the girl in the cashier at Target is any less than the woman that's walking down the aisle. Like, these women are approachable, but yet they're also on guard because they got played one way or another. Like, that 20% of them players get to that woman's head. The 80% is the average guy. So if you're part of the average situation, it's going to be hard for you to approach a woman. It's going to be hard for her to accept you. It's going to be hard for her to be accepting to you as well. So do understand that these are the vital things that play a significant role in your daily approach when it comes to meeting people. The problem with the men here, to put it in a nutshell, in regards to all this traveling, is shout out to Sir Ism. Salute to the pro. Just see that
I am a
salute.
cyborg.
The main thing is approach. Approach is a big, big, big problem for the average guy. That is the issue. Like I always say, if you want to give any type of advice on a man, you got to put him on a track. You know what the track is? The track is big cities: Newark, New Jersey, downtown Newark. You got to go to the. We're not going to even talk about New York. We're just going to take it to Jersey. We could go to the Iron District. You got to meet. And I tell everybody. I'm going to tell Appy. I'm going to tell anybody. For example, if you live in New Jersey and wherever you do live, there's a strip of a lot of culture. So for here, 20 minutes away from me, Jersey is just as close to Newark, New Jersey. And you got Newark and you have the Ironbound District. The Ironbound District is Brazilian Portuguese one. That's all Portuguese restaurants, a lot of culture. Nice night like tonight on a Wednesday and it's warm. Yeah, this is fucking flooded out there right now. But the point is what I'm making is visit these environments and learn how you could feel like you're in Brazil without being in Brazil. These people may not even speak English, but most of them do. But learn the cultures and learn the food and learn the environment so you could be able to mix and mingle. Some people need a drink to break them down and kind of speak up. But if you can't approach a woman, traveling and going to sex excursions is just not going to strengthen you. You're just going to keep coming back. But if you know how to approach women, you could travel with women all over the world and meet people from all over the world because of your approach. It's
Mm-hmm.
all about your approach. And of course, to approach, you have to have confidence. You have to be able to obtain a mode of confidence to being able to get out there. Don't try to think on a mode of, I need to be saucy, I need to be drunk, I need to be high. No, I'm saying a simple approach. How do you approach a woman in Target and have a conversation where you and her are talking in the damn you guys are talking so long, you're annoyed with people passing by because you guys are talking so long. How do you do that? And most guys have a problem doing that. That's the issue. The core of it is that. So it's like looking at somebody from a foundation of knowing a woman's all twisted because of her foundation of being raised from her mother and father, or her not having a father, or lack of having a father, or lack of having a mother. You have to realize the core of a guy that's going on sex excursions all the time, because that's all he does. It's because he lacks approaching a woman here and getting the right results. And that's very, very important for men to really realize. That is the biggest problem with men, is the approach. A lot of men just can't approach a woman. That's a pretty woman in person. They just can't do it.
Yep. Unique says that's facts. Only a small percentage of men have access to the gorgeous women. That is why women will never understand the amount of work men in the game put in to improve themselves. Good little chat right there.
Mm-hmm.
How much gas you got? Cause I got a full tank, bro. You want to go
Hey
ahead and
man,
play?
I'm here. I'm here. Salute to you. I'm saying, I mean,
I, I got
I
more.
love the layout. I love the energy here. I mean, it's, listen, I can have some videos that I do that's very combative and very rough, but it's passionate. I mean well, and we need hard love. You know what I mean? Like, if you were a kid and your father, your mother came and stop acting like a bitch, stop, he took my ice, and you need that. You're gonna appreciate that later. I appreciate that ass whipping that I got. So in the same way, we need this as well. Um, can every man sit there and say, "Yeah, I approach women. I don't know what they talk about." I'm like, yeah, well, if that's the case, we wouldn't have an abundance where there's 20 to 1 men out here. That's why women are not obtainable to approach on a regular basis, because the 20% of the male that got through their mind and fucking destroyed their heart, of course it's going to be like that. If she's not a virgin, of course she's going to not be as receptive when she meets on an average, because the 20%, which is that lower percent of male that did approach it, but that 80% have to take that into consideration. This is the suffering. I personally don't see how it is with you, unless you're with your wife or your moms or whatever. You're in front of Target and you're watching people walking in and out, and you're seeing people walking in and out the store, and you're just like, damn, damn, oh my God, damn, 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 I gotta go to Brazil. See what I'm saying? Like, you gotta think like, damn, 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 look at her, look at that, damn, I gotta stop being a bitch. Like, I gotta open my mouth. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be able to say something. Like, let me go over there and, like, man, fuck this. My mother's in there shopping. Let me go here and park this damn car, man. Like, let me take her off. Yo, mom, whatever. I'm not saying do this with your wife, but you walking around talking, walk around, get familiar, do some window shopping in Target and walk around and just see. And if you feel uncomfortable because you're seeing women in the panty section, you may not want to approach her there, but you may see a woman in the toothbrush section. Like, how do you approach her? And me, let's take for example, if I had to do it, let's try to live in my shoes. I would probably say, let me ask you a question. Me and the fellas was having this discussion, and I see you here, buying toothpaste. I just want a question for you. But how would you let a man know if he needs to brush his teeth?
These cats.
This is some random. I'm just thinking off the top. You're buying toothpaste. I'm not going to ask you, wait, what's the best toothpaste to buy here? That's corny. I'm going to lead you into something that's going to make you say, huh, nobody asked me that today. I know they didn't ask you that today because they're not going to ask you that. But, and I'm talking to her just like this. So she's like, I said, no, like, would you tell a guy his breath stinks? Or would you just, would you say or keep it to yourself? Because I want to know. And then next thing you know, she's like, I would probably tell him. I'm like, no, would you really tell him? Like, if a person's breath smells, like, would you buy him one of these toothpastes? And now she's engaging. So now what's happening is, we're the personality. She's seeing I got a sense of humor. She's laughing because it's funny. And then we building. Now the connect could be something as simple with, and they're going to be like, I would like to take you to dinner and then bring some toothpaste. But depending on where we're at, it could have just been, things nice talking. I got to get out of here. My husband's waiting for me. But what happened is that gave you your strength and confidence. Now you feel good. You get an energy boost. So now I'm going to go to the lotion aisle. I'm just going to walk around and pots and I'm walking around. And now I'm in the other aisle. Like, I like those. Those are nice. I don't give compliments, but I like those sneakers for me. Oh, thank you. I'm like, I'm a little funny with women wearing sneakers, but those are, and that's a conversation. Thank you. She could probably be on the phone, but it's a boost. I'm running through the store again. I'm going to get a spatula. And this woman's over there yelling at her kid, hey, stop it. And I may say, hey, stop it. Listen to your mommy. And then she may smile or whatever. You know what I mean? You have to know how to be people friendly. Just talk. Just talk. Just say something. It don't have to be, can we go to dinner and can we have sex today? It's not going to go that way. And a guy that can do that is probably a very, very famous person. You know, I remember this story where we was outside the studio on like 27th Street, and I remember DMX came out, the Rough Riders. It was Chic, Luch, and you know, Mace. I will never forget this, man. I seen these badass chicks waiting outside, but it was like, it wasn't a group. It was just like a small amount. But we put two and two together when that door opened up and X came out. Big Chic Luke gave me a pound. The lots. And then I remember seeing Mason. They jumped into a green tie. This shit was like 97. I will never forget this as long as I live. 98 to be exact. 98 was a big year. But I remember me saying this then. I said, these niggas don't have to put no effort into meeting a woman because they're celebrities. So they can say wicked shit like, you come over here. I want you. Yes, men want to feel that way in America, and you're not famous. And that's just not reality. So, in order for it to be reality, women need the spruce of a man that is not manipulating their mind, but challenging their mind, where you're able to get a conversation. Now, again, you want to ask the person a question? How do you start a conversation? You ask the average woman what approach would be. They can't tell you. They don't know, but they know the approach when that man is just talking and we're on the line and we're talking about, you guys to be kidding me. These eggs is $4 for a dozen. You got to be out your mind. And then the woman behind you can be mentioning, because she may agree with you. She may just agree with you, which is going to make it even better. Now y'all kicking it. It could be anything. I know there was a situation where I spoke about, I don't know if Abby heard about this, but there was a situation that I spoke about one time when I was in Dunkin' Donuts. And it was a beautiful woman in front of me. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's serious. But I ain't gonna tap her on the back. I ain't gonna tap her shoulder. And even if I did tap her shoulder, I'm the type of guy that may tap her shoulder, act like I didn't do it, turn around. She may look around. Who did that? I'm like, I don't know, maybe he did. And I may do it again. And she really start bugging. But if I see she got an attitude, I'm gonna be like, let me back up. But it may be some fun shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, there was this girl in front of me, beautiful young lady. And I'm like, damn, okay, this motherfucker's serious. So I studied her. I said, let me see what she's gonna do. So she goes online. There's two different cashiers. She goes to the next line. It was my turn. So she's doing an order. I remember it came to like $13. And I remember I said, bang, I gave the cashier, I said, here, $20. I gave her $20 for the order.
Hey, can you hear that music?
Goes,
can you hear that music? Is it distracting you?
No, I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
No, I don't even hear it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
You can hear it?
Shout out to Red Pill Lens.
Shout out to Red Lens, man.
Those skills are lacking by men. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Real quick, too. Matter of fact. Yeah. And shout out to Kyle the Polar Bear with the sound effects. I hope you a comedian, bro, because if you say something else stupid, I'm blocking you. So go ahead and be a comedian, and I'm going to block your ass. No timeouts around here. Block. Grand opening, grand closing. So the next thing you better say is better be a super chat, or you're going to get your ass blocked. That don't got nothing to do with what the fuck we talking about. Nothing. So this is what I want to say. And we in 120. If you guys want to keep the stream going, man, make sure you like the video, put some firesides in the chat, and show appreciation to the chat. And make sure you press 2 if you went over there and subscribed to Nate, because the link was posted. Give me a 2. You want to hear some funny shit? I'm gonna tell you some funny shit. Well, I'm gonna tell you well 2 things, man. The first thing is I'm gonna tell you some boss finesse game, right? Now I was in a place abroad, right? So this is because I'm okay. Boom. So this is a story time, kinda, but I'm gonna tell you the
Right.
story to teach you a lesson. So the story is, I was out the country by myself, and I came around and I came across a group of chicks. It was like 7 of them.
Right.
But that's a lot.
Right.
You know, you get groups usually be like 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 7,
7 of
bro.
them.
And they
Mm-hmm.
all cool. So I'm like, damn, bro, I'm by myself. I don't know how to pull this off because I can't really tell which one is choosing hard because there's so many of them. And I'm by myself. So I ain't got a partner to like throw at one of them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn.
Right.
So I end up talking to him, and then I'm talking to him saying shit or whatever. Try to gauge the energy, the interest from the ones and shit. Can't decide. So I'm like, boom. So I end up getting the paper right. I got a piece of paper right, and
Right.
I got all their names and emails and shit right.
Right.
Like I had a travel group. I didn't have a travel group. I was like, oh yeah, I got this
Mm-hmm.
travel group. You know what I mean? We do this traveling all the time. Just give me your name and your email. So when I got back to the room, then I was looking at all the names and stuff, saying little
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and I was able to pre-qualify in private. Then when I found the one I wanted, I narrowed them down. But I did it in private though. You know what I'm saying? So that's boss game. And the lesson I want to teach you guys is when you deal with women in abundance, instead of pumping and dumping, what you need to do, you need to experiment with your throwaways. Now,
Right.
a lot of people y'all don't like that, but I'm telling you now,
It's true.
just like that. I had my first threesome basically off a throwaway. I had one, and this is I was like 18.
Right.
I was like 18. She was like 34.
Mm.
So went over there. She was one of my work,
Love
whatever.
it.
Went over there like normal, knocked their shit down.
Mm.
And even then, when I was young, women had their own spots and shit. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm sneaking out to go to a house, not,
Right.
you know. So it was cool. So what happened was I was getting kind of tired of her anyway because she start trying to like change the dynamics of the relationship in the middle of it. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's what we doing. To myself though, that's another thing.
Right.
You guys don't have to address everything you think and shit to the woman to see how she feel about it. You just take mental notes. Just, oh, okay, that's what's up. You ain't gotta be like, oh, this is it. It seemed like you like get the shit out of here, bro. You don't do that. So anyway, so I was like on some fucking shit, and I ended up sleeping with her friend who spent the night. Right, so I slept with her, and then I slept with her friend the same night. And but the whole part was, I didn't really care about getting caught because I was ready to charge the first one to the game anyway. Right, but just giving zero fucks. Now I end up having a threesome. They was cool with it, but see, I didn't. If I would have asked, of course they'd probably been like, no. But I put myself in position. Hey, they like me. I'm a young cat. She probably didn't told her about me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's another thing. You got to deal with it, and you got to be your representative. So when you deal with her, she's spreading your business card around, bro. So that's how
she is.
This is a dance game, bro.
That's a fact.
It's not regular game.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that.
You gotta. It's like your business card, bro. You have to. So you guys, you know, you dogging women out and shit, and then what's happening is your track record is bad and shit, so your resume bad. A lot of times women flake on you and shit. You don't know. You think you said the right shit. She done heard you before. She done heard about you before. That's what part you don't understand. That's why you gotta leave situations in good terms, if need be. Now, sometimes situations that's not the case, but at least try. You be so quick to just kick her out. I'm pumping and dumping and lose my number, man. Fuck all that shit. Since you don't want to charge it anyway, why don't you get her to do some shit for you, or ask her do this for me, wash my clothes for me, do this, do that, put my hat on the wall, any fucking thing, bro. Because you gotta get used to being bold. When you're bold and you get results, it makes you more bold. The reason why I can say and do whatever the fuck I want, because I've been doing whatever the fuck I want.
You got to. I mean, when you put
laughing?
It out
I'm not
there,
serious. You laughing? I'm not serious. So guess what? I am particular with what I say. So somebody block him. So you thought just because just because you laughed and we friends. We not friends. I said super chat the next time, bro. So you blocked now. Now you got fake because I'm not joking around. I didn't say shit funny. I meant what I said. That wasn't a joke. I didn't laugh when I told you. So now your ass is blocked. I said super chat, bro. Don't try to come back and make your own rules. Oh, I'ma just be friendly now. No, nigga, that ain't what I said. I said super chat.
Oh shit.
Peace. Bye.
You know what?
Grand opening.
It's sad when you see situations like that, man. It's so sad because class is in session, and it's like having a guy in the back of the class that's just throwing the paper, and you turn around and he wants to throw a little dirt, like really, like we're in class. And it's a serious situation. Like, not this is something like it's gonna teach you. Like, so if you was clowning in class as a child, and you're not gonna become a comedian when you get older, what the fuck was the point? So what I've learned is with people, man, is like, learn to just be like, fuck it, man. Like, you got nothing to lose. Put the attitude of like, yo, put your big boy pants on and just dive into it, man. Learn to know when there's 4 at the beach and they all sitting down, you gonna plop a seat without them running and saying yikes, you know? And the reason how you're gonna do that because you're able to join them without nobody feeling offensive. Women they are glued to men that just have a certain unique presence of an approach. Work on the approach. Like you said, the more and more you work on it, you strengthen it. It's just like you didn't work out in 5 years and you try to do pull-ups. You're not going to lift yourself up. But you keep trying every day, before you know that resistance is going to become even stronger because you're working towards it. You have to open the mouth. And it don't got to be a dime pieces. Just learn to open the mouth. You know, I could be in the store and say, ow, you know, because I see the girl feeling herself. She's like, ow, like it. It's just the approach of knowing how to talk to the people, and you don't skip a beat. Some of the men in my life that I've ever embraced, through fathers, through uncles, the game never changed. It's just the same thing. And men can sit there because you're always different. Yeah, it may be different now, but nothing changes like word of mouth, right? So it's the same way Abby said. A person's gonna be, if a woman's gonna deal with you and she got a threesome, trust me when I tell you, she's gonna promote that shit. You know what I'm saying? Whether you did a good or bad job, she's gonna talk about it. So it's the same way where you promote yourself. If you're trying to do a unique thing, you're trying to get your tweet started, and you got to give it 1,000 flyers in one night, you can do it. But you gotta hustle. You're gonna have to be able to approach people here, bang, bang, bang. And the quicker you approach it, the quicker you can get rid of the batch. That's the same mentality. So if you can't approach 2 to 3 women a day, just for starters, try meeting the woman per day, approach them, say a little thing. Like I was telling after the time with the Dunkin' Donuts story. The reason why I was able to do it beyond the mode of a bar, fuck a bar. Like, yo, you could be in you could be in a coffee shop, man. You see a woman lady, you'd be surprised, man, how an acknowledgement goes a one way because women are impressionable. They take shit to heart. You don't want them seeing your money. You want them to see how you are, honey. You know what I mean? You gotta make love to the heart, not to the damn pockets. You know, make love to her soul. So if you acknowledge her soul as being given, that wow, he acknowledged me, didn't know me, paid for my little coffee and donut or whatever I had, and kept it moving. That's strength. See, I left there not with the phone number, with the impression. I'm all about the impression. I'm like, well, I needed that. Because when I jumped back in my work truck, I felt good. I felt good because it worked. It was something random and it was powerful, it was fast. I folded the $20 bill up. As she going to purse, the woman shocked, oh my God. The cashier was shocked. She acknowledged, oh my God, that's so nice. She said, nobody's ever did that for me, ever. And I'm like, probably not, but she probably got 1,000 motherfuckers buying her drinks at the bar, but this was simple. And then she said, I really appreciate it. It was so nice of you. I said, listen, it's all right. You enjoy your day, and I hope everything goes right with you." And she just stuck there like Michael Jordan just gave her my autograph, and I left. But when I went back, I felt invigorated. I felt strong. I felt it was my power. I'm like, y'all needed that little dash. That shit right there was better than the energy drink. So it's the same mentality you got to think of when you're out here with all these people. And then once you're warmed up, you'll be warmed up every day because it'll be a way of life. You're just going to be meeting people like it's nothing. So we'll be asking you, I want to know, I don't know if this is a harsh question. What, baby, what? I was wondering if you could come back to my country with me in 4 more months and go visit with me. That's right. Where you want me to come to? The Netherlands. I never been to the Netherlands, but I had a Netherlands girlfriend. She used to come here to America and visit me. You know what I mean? And it was her and her sister. So wherever her sister went, she went. It was all good, whatever. Her sister could. So I had my man bug out with her. He didn't hit it, but he was around. But again, I never been to the Netherlands, but I learned a lot about the Netherlands from her. You know, Susan Eisendick, I never forget her name. And, we broke up because unfortunately I wasn't able to be out there. She wanted me to move out there. I wasn't able to do it, but she was still part of the history of the love of my life because I met her in such an amazing time. So work on the confidence by approach. And when you do the approach, you'll be able to be confident. You got ice cream lines, Carvel lines this summer. You got lines to talk to people. We got masks on our face. We don't have masks on our face. The question to ask at a time is a little whack, but the question of asking blank, blank, blank is up to you. You got to challenge yourself. I can't say what to say and how to say it, but I can tell you that conversation is the key. Women just want to know that when she leaves and gets in that car, she's like, wow, he was nice. Why? He wasn't creepy. And he had conversation. He had a sense of humor. He had a personality. They're into all that deep shit. We don't care about that. We don't care if you're barefooted with a big butt and big titties. We just want to be with you because you look good. Women are different. They're all internal. She'll give up. She'll date you if you're not her type. Fuck it. The guy is great. I like tall guys. He's short. No problem. Like, they don't care. It's all about the internal with them, and that's how you get with them. So very important to work on that strength. Fuck the gym. Eat good. Take care of your health all day great, but don't rely to go on the gym and think that you're gonna have a 6-pack by June and you're gonna be woman. That shit don't go like that. Like, what goes on is, keep your shit together, dress nice, dress clean, wear nice colognes, keep your shit groomed every 3 days. You cut, if you got to shave, whatever you do, how quick your hair grows, and be on point and work on your approach by speaking to everybody. Speak to an older woman. Speak to a younger woman. Speak to the woman that got the kids. Nice kid. Speak to the woman that has a dog. You don't like dogs, but hey, that's a cute dog. Thank you. The greatest woman to approach is a woman with a puppy. The greatest woman to approach a dog is the greatest conversation to just say, what kind of dog is that? And they stop. Dog lovers, I don't know what it is about them, but when you show interest in their pets, they lose it. What kind of dog? Oh, a German Shepherd, half such and such. Wow.
Too.
Right? It's crazy. Listen, I had no disrespect. I had a gay dude, a gay customer, because I got a moving business. I remember he told me, I asked him, because I interview everybody. I said, let me ask you a question, bro. Like, with all respect, how the fuck do you meet a dude? Like, he told me, you know how? He said, dogs. He walks the dog. And he knows if a dude compliments his dog, that's a conversation, and that's where he takes it from. So I suggest you, men, go out and get a dog or meet women with dogs. He put me on the game. Even he was a gay dude, with all due respect, but he told me that, and it's so true. And I still use that. You could go by you don't got to go by Petco, but you could just see a woman walking a dog. Trust me when I tell you, look at the cute little dog, and the dog looks at you, and he looks up. You play with him, act like you gonna play with him. Right? That's it. It's Eddie Murphy did that shit in damn and Boomerang.
Right, yeah. I got 2 dogs, man, and they wear clothes, so it be cold sometimes, bro. Sometimes, yeah, right here, both of them, and they got outfits and shit. It be crazy.
Oh, forget it. Forget it. You got clothes to order? Oh my God, they go crazy with that. And you know what? Do y'all have dog parks over there?
We do.
Okay, Brooklyn and Manhattan got a lot of dog parks. Dude, that's a meeting forum. Like, that shit is bigger than having kids because with the dog, they go play, do whatever they do. Kids, you gotta watch. The dogs, you just be like, shit, let me just let him just do whatever do. Hey, what kind of somebody's gonna ask you about your dog?
Yeah. And then you can just be like, oh, my dog don't really usually like people. Something about you, my dog.
Oh, really? All right. Then you see the lick in the hand, they feel it all good. So yo, I suggest anybody, whether you have a dog or not, and women, some of the most prettiest women walk dogs, man. Some of the most prettiest ones. Listen, the bigger the dog, the better the conversation. Because now you could be like, God damn, like, fuck that. Like, that motherfucker must protect your ass. And she's like, no, he's nice. I'm like, man, I ain't going to even get near you. I'm going to talk to you from 30 feet. Anything. Just start a damn conversation. Like, anything is a conversation piece. And I don't think we know what to say. So that's why my boy, when he says, I said, yo, Winston, holler at her. Oh, you got pretty hair. Like, my man, you can't just, that's offensive. Like, dude, a woman can go in the car with her boyfriend that's in there and be like, that guy's a creep. What'd he say? He said I have pretty hair. What kind of creepy shit? But if she come in the car and be like, who's that guy? Nah, he was just complimenting the dog and telling me how important it is. But oh, okay. Meanwhile, the nigga was spitting game with her because he took 10 minutes to get back in the car. It's just important to know to have conversation. Um, to give a compliment, that's why I tell men I wouldn't really start off on compliments because compliments are creepy to a woman. Women take it very hard if you tell a woman a compliment. You can compliment a dog that she's walking on a leash before you compliment her. You can't just go to a woman and say, oh, you're so beautiful. And she's walking the dog. She's going to be like, gee, thank you. Like, she heard that shit a million times. You compliment the dog, it's not about her. So there's nothing to be creepy about. You compliment a kid, you compliment her shopping cart. Just don't compliment her. Start a conversation. Compliments are dangerous. Certain guys could do compliments. Some men could do compliments because they know how to do it in a witty way. But if you're a beginner, I wouldn't do compliments. Don't compliment her feet. Don't compliment her hair. Okay, you can compliment sneakers. You can compliment a coat that you know is hot. Just don't compliment a coat just because of the coat. But stay away from compliments. Just spark a conversation.
Right.
Spark a conversation. I mean, anything's a conversation. You could be at the gas station. She's filling up her car. She could be pushing a big SUV. Conversation piece. Let me ask you a question. How many miles per gallon you get on that? And she could be like, this shit is thirsty. I'm like, yeah, because I was trying to get one of those. And you know what I mean? But she may not be a conversation type of person, but don't worry about that. You
Right.
just broke the mold. You're in your car and the girl that was pumping gas and drove away that you may never see again, she gave you enough gas to get to the next situation. She gave you enough gas to get home, the gas of confidence. Sometimes you didn't compliment a car, you asked a question, you got to spark a conversation. She could either go with it, where you guys are talking to the gas station for 3 hours, which is a hit, or she could be gone because she may be in a rush. That's cool. You may see the two women come up in an ambulance, and you may say, salute to, my medicine and my first responders. They love that. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my first responders. Oh, thank you. I said, let me ask you a question. How many calls do y'all get a day? And the next thing you know, you're showing interest in her job. You know she bad as a motherfucker, but you ain't going to compliment. You're going to be like, damn, you gorgeous. If you're a player, you can get away with it. But if you're not really a player, you spark a conversation. Cool. All right, thank you. It was nice meeting you. She got to go on a call. She's out, but you're going to feel good. You're in your car like, wow, I just spoke to this woman. You know what I mean? Now, you know what I mean? I said something rather than not saying nothing at all. It's all about the mode of building the confidence by speaking. And when you start speaking more and more, the confidence builds up. Women see that. She'll be like, what kind of guy do you think I am? Very confident. I know you're confident. How did you know? Because your approach. That's what I'm going to tell you. You know what I mean? Ask a woman like, oh, you're shy. You look like very shy. Okay, that's not good. That means you got to work on it. She needs to know that you're confident. She don't give a fuck what you look like. Women don't care about looks. We do. We're visual. Women will date a monster, but if he's a confident dude and he makes her feel good, he's no
It's all
longer a
about how you
monster.
it's all about how you make them feel, bro. It's the game. Let me read Mahogany super chat. She says, "Thank you, Mahogany, and shout out to Mr. Man in Action. I see you, bro. Please tell men not to take it personal if they get rejected. I'm glad you told them when not to approach. Like at night while a woman's walking, it can be scary. We don't know. That's real talk."
Can't be doing that, approaching a woman late at night like that, man. I don't do that.
Shout out to Tisha. What's going on,
Kill
babe?
me.
Shout out to Mosman if I didn't say what's up to you earlier.
Salute the Mosman, man. I see you out there.
Shout out to Trav. Hey, Trav, you had somebody in this chat. Let me see what they said. Hold on. You had somebody talking about you. Hold on. Peace Queen I got hip to Cousin T Tall's channel. And you respect the showing love. Thanks, Simba. What is it? What did the girl say? She said some shit about she like you or something. You wasn't even in here. Shout out to Nate for the super chat. I didn't see that one. Thank you, bro. Uh anyway, she likes you, bro. Whatever. If you guys enjoy the stream too, make sure you like the video, like I said before, and make sure you share it on Instagram. Put it on if you make videos, put this shit on your community tab. You know what I'm saying? Because we chopping good game. You know, some fire games. Share it on your community tab. That way people can catch the playback or even catch it live. Because we talking some real like mindset man stuff. And that's the stuff that's the important. The stalker, see Trav, now I gotta chop you up, bro. Let me tell you why. Because she's stalking you, but at the same time, you didn't give her a little bit of hope. If she's stalking you so bad that she know the kind of content that you listen to, and she over here listening to me, you didn't give her some hope somewhere. So she ain't stalking too bad. She's stalking you, but you didn't give her some room because she know what type of shit you like. If she on YouTube while you on YouTube listening to me, you didn't cupcake and you didn't lay it up with her, bro.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
I don't
Yeah.
feel bad for you no more, bro. She should if she joining streams that you own, you didn't give her something more. You didn't give her something. How she know what content you listen to? How she
Shout out to Player 007, man. I see you out there. Yo, you know what's funny, Happy? It's like what I've learned is that there's a lot of men don't know who to go to. It's almost like who does a man go to if he's having issues in the bedroom, other than his doctor? Like, let's say if a man is going through some personal shit, whether it's confidence, whether it's erectile dysfunction, it could be anything personal. Who does a man go to? Guess where he got to go to? He got to go to YouTube and listen to a man that's talking about this privately. Um, because men, like women, don't want to deal with the motive being thrown back of something personal in their faces that they had to control not to say anything. So I say this to say that confidence is a big deal. I always said, one of my I envisioned this, and I wanted to do a big thing this particular summer. Like, I want to put like 40 men, a group of us, male and female, mix up. I always mix it up, male and female in Midtown Manhattan. And we all out there, we deep, and it's like, let's work on some things right now. We listen, the audience is here. There's tons of millions and millions of people walking up and down. Who can approach a woman and actually stop her in her tracks? And, it's really something rare that men are not thinking of because it's something so simple. A lot of men really don't know. Well, how would we do that? Well, how would we do that? I would have to be there. Like, we're going to do it. I'm going to be like, yo, listen, you're going to stop this woman right here. And I'm going to watch how you stop. And I'm like, nah, that's not the right way to do it. See, no matter what we do on the tube, this is something where men, all of us, have to come together and say, yo, we could put a mission at the top of it. We could put a prize. The prize is as simple as the prize is yours. I ain't got to give you shit. The only prize is I need this woman to be engaged in the conversation, whether you allow her to get 6 feet away, 30 feet away, or maybe even across the street, and being able to be in a conversation with her. If you ever watch a man approach a woman, everybody's going to watch you because they're going to watch and stare. How did this guy do that? I know this brother, man. He was a Def Comedy Jam comedian that didn't explode, but
Travis Vanessa,
he, what's his name? Still was official. Big
it's
fat dude, but that's my man. This dude, shout out to Misha. This dude here was one of the most truest dudes I've ever seen. When you see him meet somebody, his personality proved to me that all that other shit that goes on the mental, which is nothing, it's the heart. This man knows how to get to a woman's heart with a joke. He knows how to get to her heart with a conversation. He knows how to stop a woman in her tracks and give her a ride down the block as a total stranger. That's magnificent. What man out here, and I want to ask everybody, what man would you go around that you know on a personal level that has that ability? Most men don't have a dude that they could be around, nevertheless, a dude that could be your hype guy. So if you don't have a good hype man, only a hype man is going to be a man that does what he do. He got a hype man. But if you're going to be somebody's hype man, that means that person is the one doing their numbers. Do you have a friend like that? In most cases, most men don't, because your homeboy may be scared. He may be timid. So it's important to know that in an environment of any city, you're able to say, excuse me, can I have a minute or whatever? And she stops in her tracks because you was not evasive. You wasn't creepy. Now it's, okay, you're here. She's sitting here. You got 3 minutes, 30 seconds to engage in a conversation that she's going to stay there for another 2-3 minutes. And this is the problem. So that's why when you hear guys like, bitch, or a woman approach me, I had to do something that, or a woman approached me, I said, listen, I'll put up $10,000. We will be in the middle of 34th Street on 7th Avenue. I want to sit on the corner with you and see what woman's going to approach you. And we could be out there for 4 hours. It ain't happening. So put your money where your mouth is. Women don't do that. You're not a celebrity. You're not a special type of guy. And you don't have a no type of hook that's doing this. I don't know if unless you're a fabulous dresser, and you know somebody's going to compliment your shoes, your hat, your watch, or something like that. But let's take all that out of there other than your dressing. And you tell me why would a woman approach you that you know you're going to get approached from 5 women a day. That's not happening, buddy. But it could happen that you could be out there and you could approach 5 women. And as a result of them seeing that you was confident, you was charismatic, you had a sense of humor, you looked good, you smelled good, she stopped. She heard, she listened to what you said, she engaged into the conversation, and did what she did. So we have to work on that batting practice. It's past like shooting hoops. Just get back in your backyard. If you don't have a backyard, go around the way to the neighborhood court and just shoot them hoops until you just keep getting in. And the more you keep practicing, the better you get. It'll be second nature. And that's just what it is. So it's all about the approach. And as a result, you build the confidence by approaching. You know, you build confidence through your approach. The more you approach, the more your confidence is built. Now, some guys may say, well, Nate, what if I keep getting turned down? Well, then this confidence, you're doing something wrong. If you approached 20 women, they all ran, you did something wrong. One of my man's sons, he tried to do that, but he got a creepy walk. He looks like he'll be like, how you doing? And she's like, oh, what the fuck? Like, what you on my ass like that? Or like, I'm like, nigga, you can't do that. Like, you got to learn how to approach. You can't scare her. So it's very important to work on the approach. It's exercise. Fuck going to the gym with your mask and try to get your triceps up. Work on the approach. I know niggas that go to the gym in great shape and they can't approach a woman for their life. So it's important to have that mouthpiece. Work on the mouthpiece. And then before you know it, it's like second nature. It's like after being on YouTube, and then you know after a while you on here so long, you got a troll that comes through. They talk shit. After a while, it's second nature. It's like, oh, come on, nigga. Like, been there, done that. So the more and more you're around people, the more and more you're able to dissect them. You know how to deal with them. So it's a practice point by being around people. So, you know, you got to run with that. So you got to know those signals. to approach, and you got to know how to spark a conversation. Woman finds you interesting on an average, then that means you're a nigga that can approach any woman. Because women will remind you that you are a guy that attracts people. She'll start asking you, "Are you married? Are you in a relationship?" Now she's interested because like this motherfucker's a shit. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm married or I'm not married or whatever it is. She's like, oh my god, like I'm captivated by this guy. You want to be that guy? Like she's sitting there like, I don't know what it is about you, but I think you're the dopest man that I've ever met in my life. You ain't spend no money. You ain't take on no dates. I'm not a date person with expensive restaurants. I don't go to a restaurant unless I know the person that runs it. I got to know a manager in there. I got to know a worker. I don't just go to a regular restaurant unless it's a franchise restaurant. Then I know what I'm doing. But I just don't pop up in a restaurant and we gonna spend $300 on a meal because I had to. I'm not that type of guy. Like my wife will get that, my lady will get that, but I'm not. I'm not the type of guy. So you don't have to spend no money to have a mouthpiece. Just don't.
You know what? I forgot to even mention the second part. We've been talking. I forgot to mention the second part of the bars, so we could just touch on it real quick. But just before that, let me just ask you. This is some game for myself. I'm being selfish, but
Right.
we can still teach persistence and consistency with this. So, how
Right.
long you been doing YouTube?
I've been doing YouTube on my channel since 2013 is when I first hit the streets of New York. Yeah, 2013 April. So it's officially damn. Oh shit! I started this month.
Yep. I
Yeah,
started
April
April 2.
2013. Yep.
I started April 3 years ago. It's 3 years for me. So my question
Right.
for you, a lot of people hit me up about YouTube and making videos and stuff like that. And as you know, like even to the point, if you're a streamer, that's one game. If you're an uploader, that's another game. It's not the same thing. If you're
Nope.
doing uploads and that's your lane, that's not the same lane as streaming. So like what? And then I've seen on your channel you have stuff that hit like 1 million views and stuff like that, high number stuff.
Right.
YouTube goes up and down. You've been there before. It was a trend to be a dating coach and all of this stuff. So what advice could you give to me, or just talk about like the ups and downs of YouTube, the algorithm? What's the motivation to keep pushing? Because a lot of guys they're popping for a minute, and then once it kind of get funny, they go. Like even me, they deleted
Mm-hmm.
my channel. I had thought about stopping, and if you get a channel deleted and you take time off, I'm telling you guys, because YouTube goes off consistency, not your subscribers. If you take a
Mm-hmm.
month off, your shit's gonna, it's like starting over, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't pushing you no more. You know what I'm saying? So, what would be some advice or just some wisdom on that?
That's a great question. There's a shout out to Sock Pasta. I see you out there. One thing I would have to say is that when I started YouTube, it still was a time where you were able to become a content creator, um, and make the views. It's a lot more flustered now, and what it is that they got an algorithm how they do things now. It's made to distract you, and a lot of people that are content creators that I started with, I don't think nobody's around. Everybody I started with in 2013, they all stopped. And the one that did came back, he kind of messed the game up. He got cheesy with it, but in most cases, my advice to a lot of people is number one, don't worry about it. If you lose a channel, you come back. You got to come back because there's people looking for you, and it takes time to rebuild it. But um, the great thing that you brought an example was streaming versus streaming versus uploader. I'm more of an uploader. I started that way. That's my foundation. It's like a comedian that's a movie star. He's going to have to always acknowledge the foundation. The foundation with me was always uploading because I love editing videos. That's a beautiful little dog. Now, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So, boom. I was always the person to upload. So you got to find your niche. If you're a streamer, this is the best time to be a streamer. The best time. COVID has allowed us to be creators and not worry about the work. It's less work. yes, I do miss going to the streets of New York, but every time I want to go back out there, somebody I know catches COVID, and just freaks me out. But I will say that you can't give this up. And I know your people heard this shit 1,001 times. You can't give it up because it's made to distract you. See, the more and more people that leave, it's a benefit to people to come in. So if you leave because it's not working, you're just allowing the people that stay to get bigger. The more and more you push yourself to be creative, you can be creative as a streamer. You could be, you're not mobile. Some of y'all got laptops, some of y'all got desktops, some of y'all don't have computers at all. But you can be creative on YouTube as a streamer, just as much as you could be creative as an uploader. Some people don't upload. You could upload on your phone and edit videos. Like, you don't have to do a live. You could actually post something. But again, you have to be creative when the masses is doing the same thing. So it's like, you streaming, you have a popping stream. If your streaming is not popping, then you got to go more to the mode of trying to upload videos. But find your niche on what people like. Feed the subscribers. I know my subscribers what they want. I was doing a lot of celebrity interviews when I first started, but my subscribers didn't want that. My subscribers was the foundation of the Dominican woman in New York City. And a lot of I salute the Dominican community because they helped me immensely with this. They did, because I had the ability to shoot such an amazing people that were willing to do shooting and never flag the video. I've never had none of these people, no Dominican give you never an issue, especially the ladies. So you have to find your niche on, are you a streamer or are you someone? If you're getting the views and people are liking and they're engaging into your streams, then just remain streaming. If you want to find out if you're an uploader, then upload a video. Do something different. Record this shit on your phone. It got 400,000 gigs, whatever you got on your phone. Record something for a half an hour. Put your battery on blast and load it up. Like, you have the room. The phones are allowing you to be creative. You can do a lot of stuff on your phone. So what I suggest people that's even coming in, get with something that that you have, or anybody that's currently having a YouTube channel that feels like they should give up. I went through that. I was going through a level of giving up because I didn't feel like players out here. I felt that it got to the point where dudes were so ignorant to the fact, and I don't mean in a disrespectful way, of what we were not trying to obtain or trying to obtain myself. They weren't necessarily registering, but it took me to meet brothers like, what's his name? What's my man's name? O'Shea Duke Jackson, Sir Ism. Like, these are individuals I met in the game that I inspired them. So once you know there's somebody you inspired, now you're stuck because there's no more quitting. Like, if you want to take a break, there's an option on YouTube where you can make your channel disappear. Literally. Like, they'll think it's gone and just be gone for a few days. And then that shit pops back up. It kind of regurgitates and they put it back in a nice algorithm for you. That's one way. But don't give up. The minute you're starting to feel like you're going to give up, that means that's just a sign that you got to recreate. And, from the great words of my man, he used to always say, don't wait, create. So when you start feeling that anxiety, that's all it is. And you start feeling that anxiety, now you got to think about, what are you? You know what I mean? If you are, shout out to K-Toe, if you are an uploader, you have to be a better uploader. I know if anybody knows me, my foundation is uploading videos off the streets of New York and doing my interviews on the streets. I know off the rip that that's the most sensational thing to my subscribers, but I've learned now to stream-based videos and bring male and females into it. Something that I never did. I never brought males into none of my videos, but now I've been bringing that. Me personally, I like to bring men on the channel that got existing channels, because I feel as if there's nothing to lose and everything to gain now. So it's not a competition. Just bring them on. I don't give a fuck how small the channel is or how big a channel is. So the subscribers like it, and they embrace it. So you write that. That's like dating a girl, and you know her. She got 3 positions that she likes. All right, so we're gonna stick with that. She like A, B, and C, and you stick with that. So your subscribers are the same way. You got to feed them. Like they may not want, my subscribers may not care about female pilots, but I do. That's a big deal with me, female airplane pilots. But I know my subscribers love, conversations about hygiene, which is so weird, but whatever. I may have the female there talking about how she flies a plane, and I'm like, huh? But yet the the hygiene video, I get mad DMs and dudes are like, yo, man, I appreciate it. So that's what you got to do. You got to link that in there. I may have a situation where I got to have my man's son on the channel talking about depression. I'm like, I don't want to talk about that, but people like the video because it inspires them. So learn what your subscribers like. Ask them every now and then what they would like to see more of, and they determine everything. Because in TV land, that's the same thing that they do. They want to hear what the viewers want. So in television land, we got viewers. Here on YouTube, we got subscribers, and significant in your growth of YouTube. So stop looking at your views. Stop worried about your views. That shit don't mean nothing. At the end of the day, there ain't a lot of. I know people out here. I know a dude right now, and it's sad because he works hard, and he's a comedian by the name of JP Justice. Every time he does videos for 2-3 hours, and he may have 5 views, which is crazy to me because something is wrong, but yet it doesn't matter. Even on that, later about having 300 views on a video, which is low to whatever, but this guy got 2, 3 views. How is that possible? So if he's still working and he actually got good content, you got to just keep going. Yeah. And I got to keep going because I could only imagine being there. I remember starting YouTube and having 40 views on a video, and that was a big deal. So that's another thing that people got to realize. But it's easy.
I remember when 100 was a big deal, and I used to get ones that hit 100. I'd be like, hell yeah, 100 views.
100 is a big deal, man.
You know what I'm saying?
100 is still a big deal to me. If I get 100 views on a video from an hour, it's 100 views. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's like $100 bill. Like no matter what you do, that $100 bill is always gonna look crispy. So, but it's like he said, comparison of videos. If you got 10,000 views and 1,000 views on one, and that video just got 100, but 100 views is better than 40. So if you could get right.
I think if I would have, it was a hard transition for me. I feel like if I would have stayed uploading, my shit would have shot the roof already. Because I had to basically like start my channel twice. When I first started off, I was an uploader, and I remember I had been doing it for a few months, and I remember hitting the algorithm a little bit because I remember before I would get like 1,000 views, that was like the max, and then I start consistently hitting like 3, 4. Then a couple of them 5, 6. And I can do that now, but the reason why I know it was the algorithm is because I would get them in like 48 hours.
Right.
So I would get them quick, not just because my shit sitting on and somebody figured it out. Like, no, I would get it like in 2 days, I would get that. And then that time, I got 2 strikes quick.
Right.
One for fucking...
music?
No, not for music. I made a video called "How to Make a Woman Come in 2 Minutes." He was giving me advice and shit, and I got 5 questions.
Wait, hold on. You didn't put the star in you. You didn't put the little star in you.
I had a lot of haters in there. I had a lot of haters at that point.
Oh, that's why. Shout out to my baby. Shout out to my baby Nancy. That's my baby right there. Yeah.
So then I had got to do strikes. So when they give you the 2 strikes, they give you the date of like.
Ooh.
So basically, I was like, fuck that. If you get 3 strikes, you out. And I had 2.
Yep.
I was like, I'm gonna wait. So the first one that I initially got, I waited for that one to come off. But then the second one, I wanted that one to come off too because I don't want to go back to 2 or 3. So I said I'm gonna let them both roll off. And then by the time that happened and I'd start again, I had start going live, and then my shit just had a different turn because I had my 1,000 subs, and then that's when we did the 1,000 subs, and then I didn't go back to uploading it anymore, and because I just felt like I'm answering the same questions over and over again. How you do this? Get your eggs back. Reattract.
Yeah.
So then it's like, so I dedicated to where I just like having conversations with people better. And I know uploading is it's just a hard transition for me because it's like I know that when videos be long, it's not attracting new people because people don't know what IP Kingdom is. They're not going to click on my 3-hour stream. But
Right.
click on the 10-minute video. But I'm just so used to not doing it. I'm trying to mentally prepare. Like it sounds like it's nothing. Like just start up. But I gotta mentally prepare it because once I start doing it, I gotta I can't just do it one time and be like, all right, there go my upload, and then go back to streaming. Like, no, I gotta.
Yeah,
I'm trying to work on that.
It is harder.
Mm-hmm. Got to be consistent with
it. You know, the streaming it's funny, man. I mean, I was doing streaming with Google Hangouts, and the reason why it was an alternative at the time, women that I had overseas that were doing videos like Brazil, let's just say it's like I had no choice to do Google Hangouts. So once Google Hangouts deleted, then they started coming out with these magnificent platforms that we on now. And from there, I started using YouTube, which was a lot. It was hard too because it's a whole different dynamic. But this, you know, they make easier softwares now. But Google Hangouts was the way to go at the time. So I used to use it as an alternative. Like I ain't got to go to the Bronx. If my friend can't listen, I'm like, I travel up there and do this, and we upload it. You know, I got to take the video. I can just upload. I could just stream this, and then we could just load this onto YouTube and call it a day. So, me personally, I'm not going to lie. I love uploading first, but streaming is an incredible alternative, if that makes sense. So I think what I've learned is a live audience. I've loved that, of course, rather than streaming. And I go to my studio and I've set the camera up and do all the lights. It's a little more difficult for me if I'm there by myself and I'm getting in front of the the backdrop. I have to think of it as a streaming. So I've gotten better with it, but I hate doing that because there's nobody there. When I was able to do my podcast before, I was doing, we were taping it. It was just sitting down with the white background. That was great because if a female comes over for an hour, that's a lot of footage. But now the same woman could come over, do a stream, and it's 3-4 hours. So it's kind of weird. Like, you know, more work involved in uploading a video because you got to edit it and etc. But then with streaming, you can make a longer video and you don't have to edit. So it's kind of like it's all about what the people are embracing. So now they're embracing the streams. I know some people like O'Shea says his streams are not as strong, but his uploads are powerful. So it's weird. It's kind of like everybody has a unique thing that YouTube is in for favor. For me, the algorithm for the streaming works better, which is sad because now I'm itching now because the problem is, and this is the downfall of me not liking streaming. The only thing I don't like about streaming is I got all this equipment that's being neglected. And now it's like, all right, I got to get out there and get on a heavy production, get a film going. Like I got shit to really do now because it kind of spoils you. It's like you have a newscaster or somebody that works on The View, they don't got to leave home. But if they go in the studio, it's like that. Like The Breakfast Club, it wasn't working for them not being in that studio because people wanted to see the guest in the studio. They didn't want to see him home with a stream. For me, the streaming is carrying over, but I feel now I'm starting to get desensitized from producing. I miss being in front of software and editing a video and putting things together. So it's kind of like a gift and a curse. But I would say, like I said, for anybody else, it's all about what the people are engaging. Now, for a new YouTuber, and I'm stressing this to everybody that's starting a new channel, do not start a new channel by doing live videos. I would not suggest that. You got to have some uploads in there because the uploads work itself. If it's not good, you can repost it. You can repost it Lamb Live too, but you want to have some uploads because if you become a streamer and when this COVID shit starts taking a turn for the better and everybody's back in the studio producing, you're going to be fucked because what's going to end up happening then is going to be a new level of uploading and all you did was upload. If all you did was streaming, you're not going to know how to produce a video. So it's important that if you start a new YouTube channel, it's good to just get your lighting game together, get you a few 10-minute videos and let it work on its own. But if you are starting a YouTube channel just to be a streamer, you know what I mean? You're going to be involving a lot more time because it's not content. It's just you're streaming. And there's too many streamers now that are making so much money for YouTube. So you're going to be at the bottom of the barrel. But if you have a stream where you have a crowd that's rolling, then it's great. But again, you got to be established. What did you say you started again?
I started like around April 2018.
All right, so that's a good time. Like, so you figured 2018, streaming didn't really get ridiculously crazy until last year, you know, a little over a year ago with the COVID. It got nuts. Like, everybody, once you start, this is what it's all about. YouTube goes with the trends of what television does, and television goes with the trend of what we do. So when you start seeing all of these news people and everybody going into the studio, then of course streaming, you know, people are starting to produce things and getting in there and doing their thing, but everybody still is on a COVID flow. So yes, you're good to stream. But if you're starting a YouTube channel, you should definitely post it. I mean, it's easier. It's like, post it. Just don't make the excuse you need a computer. No, you can do that shit on your phone. You can get the right app and you can literally just put your camera just get you a little light bulb and talk about the topic. And if you need to have a person, have him sit next to you, you know, make somebody you can bounce on. But you got to have a couple of uploads up there when you start.
Right.
But if you coming in as a streamer, welcome to the world, because 90% of the people starting YouTube channels is just going into streaming. Right. And then you got celebrities now doing that shit now. So these celebrities get first dibs. They coming in there and they coming in there with production and they hiring people. Remember, versus TV. You know, when they first started, it was in a dingy room and you see they was in their house. And now they going into a location now and they just did Red and Meth's thing down the block from me. I'm living in the neighborhood and they had big satellite trucks. They really, this shit's getting serious now. So they still are producing, even though it's a stream. You know what I mean? They got the right cameras. They got the right lighting. They got key grip trucks. So if you're going to stream, not to say you need to do all that. I'm just saying, like, if you're starting a YouTube channel, you may want to start a YouTube channel with uploads. And then, you know, if you've established already, like, you know, you've been in the game for a couple years, yeah, then you could do your streaming because that's just the way of the world right now. Look how it worked out. It's amazing. Look, I shared this channel, and this is a lot. I think everybody, and shout out to Appy for even doing this, because there's a dude that shares my channel. Two guys. That's just a shame. Two dudes that share the video. And when I mean share it, like you literally go to it and share it to your YouTube channel, because they see that. The subscribers see that and they click onto the video because they see their people. The same thing like Instagram. If you go live, and if I'm live on Appy's channel on Instagram, it notifies my people that I'm on his channel. That is the dopest shit about Instagram Live. I love that. So that's another thing. If you're going to do Instagram Live, that is the advantage because it alerts everybody you're on something else. If I'm on Teddy Riley's site, it's going to notify my people in addition to his people that I'm on the channel. So that's the same thing with YouTube. YouTube has the same thing, but you got to share the video to your YouTube channel or to your board, which is a pretty dope thing. But uploading is definitely, don't forget, man. You don't want to be a streamer and you can't produce a video. So be careful with that. It's very important because you may have somebody telling you, can you produce a video and edit it? And you haven't edited a video in your life. And now you got to call somebody and chop that shit up. That's all it's called. It's called chopping it up. So you wanna edit a couple of videos, man. And you can do this shit on your phone if you don't have a computer. For the people that can't afford a computer, whatever.
Right. Just real quick, because I upload and these are all channels. Now the reason why I brought this up is to show you guys who want to make content, just do it. Because when I started these channels, it was a stupid idea for a dating coach to start a fucking channel with him and his dog eating food. But I started this channel last year and I got 5,000 subs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! From the dogs, right?
And I got 60,000 views off of only 20 videos. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't cool. That wasn't the cool thing to do, but I did it. And I got a whole people who over there who watch my videos, like the last one did like 3, that they don't even know who Alpha Kingdom Podcast is because everybody like food. That's a lame. And then that's one. The wrestling one, I had the wrestling one. I can't even say I had the wrestling one a long time. I just started streaming on that because at first I used to just do uploads. I just started streaming just so I could talk shit. And then the gaming channel, I just hit 2,000 subs last like 3 days ago. Why would you want to make a gaming channel? Because I like other shit other than fucking dating and red.
Gaming is huge, man. Gaming is huge.
2,000 on that, and I only got like 12, 13 videos on that. I started that, probably
Smart.
10 months ago.
Smart.
So you guys do shit. Yeah, we got food, we got games, we got wrestling. 3 lanes that I got shit growing in. The more I grow, the more they grow.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm manifesting this. I'm manifesting this to you. So you on this stream, you hear me say this. I'm gonna get, and now watch this, because this video they're gonna play this on my WWE shit when I get on there. I'm gonna get the social status high enough to where I'm gonna get a job doing announcement for WWE. I don't know how much they pay, but they want to be affiliated with somebody who know. I got no wrestling. So you got somewhat of a person with status who is cool on some shit that's not the coolest thing. They're gonna put me in there. That's what Freddie Prinze Jr. did. You know what I'm saying? So I want to book the shows and shit like that because I'm into the stories and all of that, and I want to be behind that. So I manifest in that, and with social status, they're gonna come to me.
Mm-hmm.
You just the same way when they be on there, they showing the audience, oh, we got so and so, we got so and so in the front row in whatever city in. They gonna have my ass up there. Oh, we got Alpha Kingdom Podcast, and then I'm gonna be on there. Oh my God, all that shit. Oh my God, from the top rope, we can do that shit. Just cause, not for money and shit, just cause it's something I want to do, and it's something that I know it. The only difference between me is social status. Once you get the social status, I ain't gotta fill out an application for that shit. You know what I'm saying? When they just like Wale, same exact thing. Wale didn't have to bring down wait a minute, cross marketing. We got a hip hop guy who's a super wrestling fan. WrestleMania perform. We need you. Just that easy, bro.
See that people forget. I didn't know you was doing that. That's dope. That's important, man, because even with I try to do a car channel, but the only problem with me is I didn't want to. My problem is I didn't want to do too much. Like some people can multitask with certain things, and some people multitask with things where it's like, all right, that's going to be another dialect. So now I kind of like just made my Instagram the channel for the cars, and then I just use the YouTube for that because completely the Instagram is grabbing the people more on my car culture than here. I mix it in with the videos here, but I don't want to confuse the people that don't, because again, it's about feeding the subscribers. It's all about what they want. And, I remember Bad Boy when Puff Daddy said that.
Channel right here, just in case y'all don't know, my man got 50,000 subs, so I know y'all like numbers. You better go over there quick.
Yeah, shout out to the bro, man. Y'all see Rick Roll over there. Yeah, and it's funny too. Even and I want to stress this with Black YouTube. Let me say this much. Listen, unfortunately, as Black YouTubers, for some strange funny reason, we are a little. They do kind of suppress our channels a little more than normal. Um, I can tell you, but if there's anybody, whether it's from Kevin Samuels to what, whoever you see, and we're speaking on a mode of our zone of the manosphere or dating coaches or life coaches, whatever it may be, dating advice. Our channels as Black males is going to be a lot different than a white male that does the channel. If you are a white male and you're trying to do a hip hop channel, and if you have a better chance of your channel exploding with double the subscribers than if you're a Black one. It's just sad but true. I do know that with everything that I've learned with this whole situation, that how we move it around, you can't even let that, don't let that distract you, because one thing I do know is if you're consistent, you won't even pay that any mind. You see, so I threw that out there because I want you to understand that if you look at KS's channel, yes, 700,000. No, he should have 2 million subscribers by now. You know what I mean? Some people look at me, you should have 100,000. But whatever the situation is, consistency will get you more. It'll get you more changing people's lives. It'll get you more of the impact on your subscribers where they're connected to you, because your consistency is going to determine your following. Your following will stay more loyal the more consistent you are. So don't be distracted by your numbers should be higher. You know what I mean? Even no matter where athletes, he should be double that. Like, it's always going to be a mode of double, but just in their response, just double it up.
Bitches to get numbers only. I don't like that, and I be battling with it, bro. When I
Yeah,
be on I don't fuck with it, bro. But when I get on the bitches and the sex, they all over it, and it's just like, damn, bro, I got way more to offer than this shit. Why y'all just can't tune in to learn some fucking shit?
Yeah, I get distracted by that. I used to get distracted by that because, I love females that operate heavy machinery. I love females that operate trains and planes and all types of machinery. That's my thing. But some people say, yeah, you put that up, they don't get no views. I'm like, yeah, that's cool though, but just keep the video there, because you'd be surprised. Those videos, my point is, those videos with the smaller views get the bigger response, and those channels that should have more are more effective than you just think. Just the numbers are not matching up. So don't let them distract you, because it's just another reason for them to say, fuck him. He gave up. We don't got to pay him advertising fees, more money for us. You know what I mean? So be careful with that. It's important to, that's why I tell people, you want to have something. If you feel that you don't want to stream for a couple of weeks, well, upload shit. Upload stuff so then you don't have to work. You know what I mean? Like, it's working regardless. Whether you work for 3 hours on a stream to creating your stuff for 5 hours, but always give them something. You got to be consistent. The consistent is the death of a YouTube. I've seen people that I looked at videos, they haven't uploaded shit since 2010, and they're not dead. Right. And you look at that video, you'd be surprised. Some of the shit be going ballistic and some of it goes nowhere. But if you're consistent, you're feeding your subscribers, and concentrate on the people that represent you. They're the ones following. They're the ones here. That's all that matters. Like, don't get distracted from stuff that distracted me. Because if I had allowed that, I would have been left YouTube. If I was here for the views, if I was here for becoming the next, et cetera, et cetera. But as long as I can put a video, there was a time you couldn't even use, you still can. There was a time when you couldn't even use a celebrity name because they filter it. So you put a celebrity's name and you're like, yo, how the fuck is this video? Because years ago, they used to do a lot of, they used to tag in a lot of videos and use celebrity names to get the views. So it was like, it was a lot of shit going on with that. So what I've learned, it was a time when Prince passed away. I'll never forget this. And Lord Jamar, shout out to Lord Jamar. I remember me and Lord Jamar was doing some videos on Prince. And I remember there was a video that I had, and this shit got silenced. Like, it just, the audio blanked out. Like, straight up. And I was told, there's people on YouTube that literally get paid to just go after Prince videos. Like, you can't use somebody's celeb name. I had a big video that blew me up. And believe it or not, this actually set my YouTube off. It was a channel about Jay-Z was dating a girl.
How long did it take you to get your first one?
My first one, I got, believe it or not, the same year, 2013, because the girl, it was that time when Jay-Z and Beyonce, that whole Lemonade situation, and the Becky with the good hair. I interviewed her, and I remember there was a woman that told me, actually a very influential woman, because she's actually married to a big actor that we all know. But anyway, she pulled me to the side and said, "You need to take that video down." I'll never forget that. She said, "I'll never forget." She said, "You need to take that video down." And the girl, I interviewed the girl, and one day I came back. The video, I got like 1 million views off this shit. Like, I got like 20,000 subscribers. No, I'm lying. Excuse me, not 20,000. I got like 10,000 or 7,000, something crazy. It was like 7, 8,000, but a little under 10. I remember on her video, I got mad subscribers, but then I lost half of it. What happened was, I did the video, we taped it, went to a house, and I had it tagged. The woman basically says Jay-Z. I still got the video up, but it's not up. It's private. But the woman says that Jay-Z didn't try to sleep with her. We were kind of clearing the airways, but whatever it was, I posted this shit and they silenced it. Like, the audio just straight up was like straight up silent. Like, oh shit! So I learned from there. I'm like, yo, man, fuck this celebrity shit. And then I did a video with a girl, this model. I started to look at the models, and we uploaded a video. We had a Frank Ocean, or Frank. What's the gay singer's name? Frank
Ocean.
Frank Ocean, right? Frank Ocean. We uploaded this song. I told her I didn't want to do the song. She did the song. Man, they shut my YouTube down for 3 months. My live video streams. I'm gonna tell you something right now. You ever been in a position with that and you don't know how to upload videos? You're fucked. That's where you're gonna be in trouble if you are a streamer. Because what ends up happening now is you don't know how to upload videos, and then you're just gonna be ass out for 3 months. At least that's how it was for me.
That's why I started the wrestling channel. And then what happens was, when they had me on ice for like 2 months, I wasn't able to do YouTube, but what I was able to do was still give my Patreon cats fades. And then I was getting more Patreons because I couldn't get YouTube. I couldn't drop YouTube content, so I was uploading from the wrestling channel straight to Patreon and promoting it through my Instagram. So that made me start an Instagram to promote the shit while I wasn't uploading. And then now the Instagram went, and then the different, you know what I'm saying? But it all started like an accident.
Yeah, see, well, it's funny because we all learn a technique when shit hits the fan, right? So, you know, what scared me about that was, at the time I was good. I had a couple of women in the game that used to invite me to these events, which of course, you know, it's hard now, you know, COVID. And they invited me to these events, and I was aiming for, you know, the neck of these. You know, there was a whole slew of us doing it, but everybody stopped, because the thing is with celebrity shit, it's hard because you got to keep interviewing these motherfuckers. You can't just be having 5 celebrities and talk tea. So I didn't want to do a tea show. I'm like, I'm not going to do no tea show. But then I just said, you know what, fuck it. You know what, everybody loves the ladies. Let's just bug out and have a good time. But it's, you know, uploading is, I will say that streaming keeps you creative, no doubt about it, because you could always just grab the top and turn.
It sharpen your mouthpiece too. You always using it.
You always use it. Like, that's very important what he said. That is one advantage of streaming that people could never take away. but then also production is very important when you could compile 3 hours into 10 minutes. Like it's kind of weird. It's like a movie. You look at a movie for an hour and a half, and meanwhile that shit took a whole year to shoot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, in some cases, if it's Tyler Perry, no cap, but shit, maybe take a couple of days. But the reality is that um, I miss everything that was my foundation, but I still keep my skills sharpened because you're able to reach people in their homes, in the comfort of their home. And that is one thing that I do admire. So I will stress that, listen, if you're starting a channel, try uploading. I mean, it's not a bad thing. Just upload some videos, man. Like,
Hey,
I don't care, like you said, anything you talk about, upload that shit.
let me get a chat some game. This is some. I'm got to give y'all some power, wisdom, and just in case y'all don't know. So Nate is my elder. I know he's older than me. He don't have to tell me how old he is. I know he's older than
You
me.
know
Right? So I learned the reason why I'm so a genius. The reason why I'm a genius because I listened to my OGs my whole life.
no
So
question.
this is what I want to do for for real. I don't want to work. I want to talk shit and coach all day.
Right.
And for real, because I see other people doing this. So the whole point is, I know we got off topic about the stuff. Yeah, I want to get off topic because my man is giving me the fire game right now. You know, so that's what
Appreciate
I'm
that.
saying. It's going off topic because I wanted to because he's giving me fire bars. He's been doing YouTube since 2013. He's had videos hit 1 million views. He got sold. This is game for me. So it ain't like I know I'm lit because this is what you need to do too. You know what I'm saying? He got the he know this stuff better than me. So I'm picking his brain. That's what you guys supposed to do. Quit waiting for people to come pull you by the collar and be like, "Hey, son, you want to learn some shit?" No, you gotta put yourself in the position to learn the shit that you want to know. That's the difference between winners and losers. You know what I'm saying?
It's a
So
fact.
we can get on the. As a matter of fact, we could get on the part two. The part two about, and I'll just summarize it. So my man Nate said that the most promiscuous women were Spanish chicks. Me and you would do a part two for you to unpack it. But just so y'all, you didn't even mention. Yes, I did. I did right now. So that will me and Nate collaborate again. It'll be on that. That will be unpacked of why and how
It's a
to
fact.
date and all of that. But right now, this conversation was more important and it was inspiring. I'm sorry for you guys, but I like to be inspired more than I like talking about hoes. Y'all know that.
That's a fact. You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because see, he said something key. It's like all my life, man. I always learn from my elders and my OGs around me, man. So when I find younger cats that come into the game, you got to show them that whatever when you get here, this is what you got to realize. Because when I get there, then you got to get here, and it just keeps going on and going. So let's just say, God forbid, something happened to me today. You want to leave that legend of knowing that people are learning. Like my foundation is great, great family, great parents. You know what I'm saying? Great uncles, great aunts. Like I got that. So when they instill that in me as a young kid, it's the same way now when I'm an OG. It's like, all right, now you tell the other cats that's coming to the game. I think we have a problem with that in our community because I blame this, like I talked about Steve Harvey and Nicki Minaj. These are individuals that's in a position to create equilibriums and show people like, yo, if they did it, we can do it. Like I remember when Nas and Jay-Z got together, they showed a lot of dudes like, yo, you still can make amends. So now they paved the way as men. Like you can't interview Nas and talk about Ether. He won't even answer the question. Like he gonna tell you, yo, that we off that, bro. Like that shit was then. This is now. So it's the same way how men are afraid to admit if they giving the younger generation or the cats that's younger than them is spitting the game. You know, you can't. I could spit a game to an OG, but at the end of the day, it's like how do I spit game to OG? You got to spit game to the youth. You got to spit game to the cats on the come up because then they're gonna be able to look at you and say, "Bro is here, and he already told me how to prepare to get there." they're going to embrace you more. So, something that rolls off my tongue as easy as day, 24 hours, 7 days a week, it's nothing for me to tell another dude like, yo, listen, in order for us to master this, we got to collaborate because that's what we don't do in our community. Everybody is on the motive. I don't want to tell this dude some shit. Then he get up and I don't get the credit. Then, you blackball yourself with that attitude, man. Like, if you think when you start getting out of the game or you start getting tired or bored, bring more people in. You know what I'm saying? Share it. Like this shit I do now where it's beyond bringing a Latin chick on the camera. Like, oh, look what I got. That shit is corny. I could do that in the streets and meet a new woman. But here on a live, I analyze more. I'm listening to the men. Even when I do my live videos, I be going for 3-4 hours, but I'm listening. I'm still in the cut, listening, analyzing, just all knowledge constantly. So you got to enhance the people that look up to you. And don't look up to me. Don't look to me as if I'm downing you because you may see a video where I'm harsh. Look at me like, yo, man, this is tough love. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how my aunts gave it to me. This is how my uncles gave it to me. My pops, my mom's like, this is how I was giving it. Like, so I only know one way. I don't know another way. So when I'm giving, just run with it. Like, why question? Just run with this shit. Like, it ain't nothing to like, I ain't trying to share that. Then niggas start getting more views. Yo, listen, I got dudes that started their channels on the strength of my videos, and they got more followers than me. You ask O'Shea right now about Nathaniel, and he gonna salute you, tell you that's an OG in the game. I look up to him, and he came in the game clearly after I did. He wasn't doing this in 2013, so that's just showing you that.
O'Shea, y'all hate these plaques O'Shea sent me from Africa, don't you? You haters. One of them say game guru, the other say data coach of the year. You can't say it.
Yo, why you think O'Shea is doing what he do? He just collaborates with everybody. Like, you don't gotta like he's the nigga you love to hate. Like, you know what I mean? So that's just one example because we don't got a lot of guys like him in the game. But
I remember my first time talking to O'Shea was fire because I was on there with Rom and O'Shea at the same time. Because Rom was on there, I already knew Rom, and I was in the chat, and we was talking some shit. And he vouched for me, brought my ass up there, so I got a chance to talk to Rom and O'Shea first time. You know what I'm saying? Beat that!
Come through channels and showing love and just pop up. He salute, he throw mad money in the bag, but you know what?
Now, go ahead and send me my money, O'Shea. Give me that.
He's an official cat, man.
Drop it in right now so we can have a party. I know you listen to O'Shea. O'Shea gets fired. I interviewed O'Shea before.
Yo, listen, I got a hater dude that I grew up with. Me and nigga had a beef. Cats don't understand that, but like, even to a dude I grew up with the other day, I'm gonna tell you all another thing that you gotta do, man. This is one great, unique way to show love. I'm gonna kill y'all with this one right here. If you ever want to show love to anybody that you may have a quarrel with, just go to their page and put salute, love, put a heart. If it's a female, throw a little heart up here. If it's a dude that you grew up with, put salute. Even if they don't say anything, just remember that shit made their day. When you got a person that pops up, I know this because it happened to me. That's why I'm doing it. When you see somebody pop up and let you know that they watching you, and you see a name pop up like a family member, like, oh shit, that's my cousin. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, I went crazy first time AMS slid through with 100. Man, I was livid.
Come on, man, that's a big deal. Now check it. I'm happy. I don't know if AMS ever watched my channel.
Don't get me wrong, AMS. I love all your money.
You never forget that. See, he said that. He never forgot that, right?
Yeah, I didn't even know he was
never
watching.
Gonna forget that.
You acknowledge me. So him watching is one thing, but watching and acknowledging and
no, it's a big deal, right? And you could change the say. Let's just say if you wasn't feeling him, you could have been against the nigga, like fuck that nigga. He ain't nobody. But I guarantee you now, A person could show you that love. And this is why I tell people it's important. The one advantage with social media, you could hide behind the scenes and express love without looking like a turd.
I even remember because like people watch different shit, but he is the person who I seen that inspired me to do this. But he's not the first content person I've seen. But when I was watching him, it made me look at myself like I couldn't do this. So I
Right.
always give him credit because it's not like, oh, I just got on the first person. No, I want to do it. Like I've been watching for years, but when I seen him, it put something in me, and it changed, and that changed the course of my life. Because before I was watching content, I don't know if you know, I teach elementary, so it's like boom. So okay,
Oh,
I
that's
teach.
dope.
Yep, I teach elementary. I got hella broads. I got a rotation of 20. I get good money. Do other little stuff. Um, I travel 3 times a year, twice domestic, one international. Sometimes I'm good. So I'm gonna go to back to school and I'm gonna be a principal. That was my plan. And now I know cats on YouTube personally who get that money that I was gonna go to school for, 2, 3 years, admin degree, get 120. I know cats personally who get that shit in like a month from YouTube. So that made me want to be an entrepreneur and made me want to like, what, I can actually make a living doing what I love. And I thought
Right.
doing what I love was fucking a gang of bitches, which I did love it. But
Yeah, of
now
course.
I got a taste of changing people's lives, and that's better, bro. And I'm telling you right now, like, I always had game. I would give advice to my friends and shit. But when you start giving game and you start getting feedback all across the world,
Mm-hmm.
it changes you, bro. If you never heard that before, that is they either they lying or you ain't asking the question. When you start touching
Yep.
people, it changes you. I can't go back to that.
Right. No, that's a fact. You know what? Salute to you, man, because I got to block the joint for. Come in, bring it in. I will say this. I would say that we are at a. I would say that we are at a crossroad now, and you know, I think action speaks louder than word. That's why people have to realize, here's an individual that I didn't even know he was a teacher, which is dope. Among other things, we are entrepreneurs. YouTubers, we are entrepreneurs. That's we connect content. We are entrepreneurs. We are here not just to be. We all here trying to get a talk show. We're here to change people's lives. And as an entrepreneur, you do everything you got to do in a positive way to do that. So I've learned that this mission is an incredible mission. It's a great mission of helping people change their lives and how they do things and how we do things together. I think people need to just take advantage of social media instead of blocking individuals out your life because your Instagram, you don't fuck with this one, that's one else some bullshit, this one on Facebook. Just drop a line sometimes. Sometimes, man, just coming through on somebody's channel, somebody's snap, somebody's Instagram, and just liking it or something. You know what I mean? You'd be surprised who's watching, and I think that's what we have to realize. People forget who's watching.
Let me speak on that too. For you guys who are big content creators and stuff, start acknowledging the younger cats, bro. Quit liking them in private and shit. Because just like they said, dude, I remember the first, like this shit means a lot when you get acknowledged by the people who you seen first. Like
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first hundred he dropped me was an episode with Super Friends with LDA and RPC. The first comment he dropped me was live in Dubai. I was in Dubai. I made a video on the camel and shit, and
Dope.
motivating. So I'm just saying, bro, that was years ago. I probably made 800 videos because a lot of my videos are listed, but I still remember that because that shit motivated the hell out of me both times. You know.
Well,
So
see,
y'all stop liking people in private and shit. Like
yeah,
you, just like if
yeah,
you
put it out there.
go live and Grant Cardone watching it, just him saying what's up will just be like, oh shit. Now I'm
Yeah,
gonna turn it up.
exactly.
Just off of that.
That's a
Y'all
great
be
that's a
want to
great
do
example. Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good example of what you just said. Like even now, like I got to jump on my man's IG in a few, but I'm gonna say it like this: there's a dude that my man's working with, and somehow, some way, we grew up together. But he's emotional like a lot of brothers. So whatever happened, he's mad at me for whatever reason. And I still went in his chat and I hit up his Instagram. When, you don't go in the last photo. Always go in the middle. Like, let him know you were looking. You know what I mean? And I went in there and I clicked onto a video, and then I put the I put the like, and then I put the salute. I typed salute. Now, it wasn't for him to respond. It's for him to know that I'm there. So now when I pop up on my man's Instagram and he's there as a guest, my man don't know. He don't know I know him. I'm like, nigga, we grew up together. He from my hood. Like, he gonna be like, yo, Nate, this is such. I'm like, nigga, I know who that is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, what up, bro? How's mom's doing? Like, you gotta show people, regardless of where we was, we going in a different lane. Like, I'm not gonna even let you even begin to even bring that up. I'm not even giving you time because it's like showing your enemy that you still happy. You ain't even tripping. Like, and that's the shit y'all gotta get off on. Like, just because you see somebody that you got a beef with from the past, don't give them that smoke. You can give them the motive. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, you stepping in the room, you ain't gonna be no sucker, but you're still showing them love. You ain't gotta put your hand out and they leave you hanging, but you still can salute. You can never go wrong with salute. Because what ends up happening, the person that's gonna turn your motive salute down, he bitter. Like, I ain't got no problem with him. Yeah, you did some bitch ass shit. Oh, word? I didn't know I did. We never talked about it. Let's talk about it. So understand the motive. Spreading love to somebody you ain't talked to in a while. Don't wait for the damn birthday no more. Don't wait for Christmas. Them days is over. Nobody even shouts out Christmas like we used to no more. Sad. So don't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow's not expected. Do it now. Just click a like during them. You know, you ain't stalking. You showing love. That's all. You know, don't follow me and do all that because you don't want them blocking you. But even if you click onto the thing, don't go back there next day to see if they got it. They probably you don't want to see if they blocked you because now you're looking for a mission. Just as long as they got the message. It's like seeing something say delivered. You know, it's like back in the day when you sent somebody a letter and it was what's the one certified mail. As long as you signed for it, you got the letter. Like, I could care less about anything else. You received it. So that's all you do. Let people receive the love and keep it pushing it. That's something that builds the confidence too, because you're gonna be fearless about your rejection. But I want to salute everybody, man. I just want to make sure I jump on my other man's panel because my man, you an official dude, man. And when I say that, it's self-explanatory. I like how you move, and you know, there ain't too many real dudes out here, nevertheless, YouTube or anywhere else, man. But you an official cat. I fucks with you. And listen, you already know anything you see me popping up with, you always welcome there. You always welcome. I mean, you just pop up. I'm like, that's
my chat. One thing I don't want to do is I don't want to go over there to your channel and you say I had a fire video and I just say you say what's up in the chat.
I'm always saluting you,
bro.
When I see you pop up, I'm like, yo, that's the pro, right?
Yeah.
So listen, it's love, man, and shout out to Misha. Let me give Misha the credit. You know what I'm saying? Misha linked this up. I wish there was more sisters and women out here that could do that with black men. Yes, we had a woman that linked us up, and that's what it's about. So kudos to her. Shout out to her.
Women can make things happen. You ain't gotta have sex with all of them.
Nope, you don't. You don't. You ain't gotta.
I see you, baby, with my big eyes. That's my baby right there. I see you. Hey, so we'll do a part 2.
I'm with it.
I'm gonna hit your DM. I'm gonna give you my personal number, and we could just chop game and have some more of these webinars in private and stuff. I want to make sure everybody in here subscribe to Ask Nathaniel. I put the links up. I'll put the link in the description, and also just make sure you hit the bell too. Y'all notice when I showed his channel, he could have caught me, but he couldn't catch me because I had the notification bell. A lot of you guys be subscribing, don't hit the bell, and be like, "Damn, man, you ain't did the video in hella long." Yeah,
that's a fact.
You gotta hit them bells, bro. Them bells, that shit ain't like the old times. But before you subscribe and that was it. Now you gotta hit that bell. I tested it, bro, and I be testing shit because I got different channels. Like if you subscribe to somebody and you don't hit the bell, let's say you don't watch their video for a week, no more suggestions for them. You're gonna have to literally go to that shit. It's not gonna happen. They only feed you shit you consistently watch, subscription or not. People be pissing me off with that shit. Oh, bro, you still doing it? Nigga, I do a show every fucking day.
Yeah.
Fuck you talking about?
Yeah, that's true. You gotta reiterate that in videos very, very, very often. It's very important. I feel now, listen, man, the world, we got nothing to lose now. We got everything to gain. I feel that we have reached the bottom. I don't know how long we gonna be here. So just share it, man. Fuck it. Just put it all out there. Don't hold nothing else back. Show the love, spread the love. You know, if you reach out to 20 people and 5 people respond, that's 5 people that responded. You know, that's cool. And don't even triple the 15. Because then that instills more hate. Yo, I did my part. The name of the game is do your part. Just do your part. That's it. Just do your part. You know what I mean? On the spiritual level, God wants us to show love. You know what I mean? That's it. And the more and more you show that, and that becomes your regular energy, and that becomes your daily energy, and that becomes something that you don't have to put effort into because it's already second nature. You know what I mean? You're just going to keep getting blessed, man. Things are going to just keep happening for you. But if you think you're just going to be the world, you're going to live in a mode of, you know, depriving yourself of cutting everybody out your life and shutting this one off. That shit is, listen, man, that shit's a miserable person, man. That shit don't work. So much love to everybody. Salute to you, big bro. Yeah, I think he's still so I'm here.
If you guys came in late, I would highly suggest this is one where if you watch the shit for 30 minutes, you ain't really get an iceberg. You have to literally watch all of this. Like, go back, watch 1 hour today, 1 hour tomorrow, and Friday the finale. But this is one where you literally have to watch because we went over so much shit in this 3 hours that if you, that was a good drop. You was here 30 minutes. You don't know shit. You missed the 3 steps, all of this stuff. Go back and watch this in parts. Share it on your community. Share it on Instagram. Drop a like and drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know your favorite part of this long ass stream. Let us know your favorite part. Because I know you wanted to hear how to get sex so bad. We skipped over that part. But maybe if you're smart enough and have discernment, you can pick up clues and you can figure out how to do that.
Like you said, you're right. You got to go back to that because I could have just spit that back out, but we got to go back to that because it's a very simple thing. Woman, listen, be accepting to a man that approaches you because it's coming. You know what I mean? If a man's gonna still be a turd when he approaches you, of course, I'm not exercising that, but do take heed to men. I'm telling you, working on that confidence. Eat well and work on your confidence. That's all. The confidence will be exercised by speaking to people. Speak to people, not dime pieces. Everybody, just speak. Be a speaking person. Hold the door. Tell somebody have a great day. When you get off the elevator, tell them how's your day going. How's everything going today? You enjoy yourself. That's exercising. And once people see it's second nature, because you're going to be talking to everybody like that. Before you know it, you're going to be like, wow, this is the guy that always speaks to everybody. He's always like, people, do you have a girlfriend? Because you know what? I want you to be my daughter. I want you to be my niece. I was thinking about if you could be my mother. It will happen. Take it from me. I can't say any more than that. But salute to you all. I'll jump on my man JP Justice joint real quick. Much love. Shout out to Misha. She's here. Boss Up is the movement. And Boss Up, we tell people it's not bossing up for the men. It's boss up for the women. You know what I'm saying? Woman boss up, man boss up. This is not an anti-woman site. When we do groups of males, the male and females are together. We all together. So if you see me do an event and I'm saying we all meeting in Midtown, that's male and female. And it's not just black. It ain't just white. It's everybody. It's going to be a mixture of everything. So it's going to be an incredible journey. Again, God willing, 2022, we had to push the date to do the UK situation. Shout out to my peoples that invited they're the ones that created this. But again, it's
that came
great.
in here, I think we have. Go ahead and subscribe to me too. Don't be scared. Don't think that I'm one of these mixed out fucking guys.
No, subscribe to the bro, man. Listen, whoever came through, put the thing in the chat. Shout out to the bro, support him. I wouldn't have shared it if I'd have been. Matter of fact, I'm gonna blow his mind on this one. It's the first time I ever, I guess I wasn't using it right, but it's the first time I ever shared another YouTuber in my life on my channel.
I keep telling you, positive energy, you get positive results. Yep. Shout out to the haters. Subscribe to him, and he's gonna tell you where we gonna be.
We're gonna tell you where we gonna be, baby. I'm telling you right now,
for some boss game with alpha villains.
Boss gave me. I keep telling boss gave us a fact. Boss up, we ain't playing, man. We ain't playing no more. If you single or you're going through changes, you're bored of your wife is bored of you want to cheat, but you don't know what to do, or you want to leave them, let's spruce that up, man. Change your slippers. Go get some new ones. The other ones stink. Get some new clean joints. You know what I'm saying? We ain't playing. Shout out to Misha, LA Confident. Shout out to Sock Pasta, Golden Child. I see all of you. I love you all. I'll be on this IG shit with my man real quick. And yo, bro, we gonna get up. You already know what it is.
Peace.
Peace, bro.